Hello and welcome to the Hawks Nest live stream show. My name is Brandon Kane and I do appreciate you for tuning on in here this Monday night football action. Are you ready for some football? Yes, we are ready for some football. Some Monday night football? Yes, Monday night football. Our Seattle Seahawks are going to try to crawl, scrap, fight, tear, bite their way back into this playoff hunt here with this game tonight. Hopefully they can do so. Hopefully my computer does not completely go to pot. But we've got a tough Eagles team coming into town. It looks like Jalen Hurts is going to get the start. It looks like Drew Lock is going to be getting the start on the other side. So a little bit of a turn of events from how we thought it was coming into this game, as even many Eagle fans were thinking it was going to be Marcus Mariota. Instead, we are going to get Jalen Hurts. Mariota has been kind of a Hawks getter in this, where he's, I think, 2-0 in his lifetime record against us, playing in various teams. But this is a tough Eagles team, as we're seeing with the Monday night countdown crew here. You've got everybody but Scott taking the Eagles to win this game. I think that pretty much sums up the picture of this game coming into it. And we'll just have to see how this rolls on out tonight. You know, I'm excited for it. Our last primetime game of the year. Football is a fun sport. And you got to wait for such a long period of time throughout the year to watch it. So just kind of going to, as much as anything, try to just savor this, enjoy the game for what it is tonight. See if Drew Lock can maybe, do some surprising things out there in this game as well. I'd love to see the Hawks try to kind of let it loose, as you go into this game and not try to play it too safe against this Eagles team, which I think there's a good chance that they can put up some points on you. So, but let's see how you guys are doing tonight. I'd love to check in with my peeps here before the game and see where everybody's head's at the moment. Josh Sass, how you doing? It's good to see a Seahawks gaming. I'd say I'd pay Jaron Reed too this offseason. He's having a better season than Hargrave and is being double-teamed the most. Luckily with him, Seahawks gaming, you actually have him on another year of the deal. So you could theoretically consider doing an extension, I think, which you're kind of intimating about, which there's not been a lot of guys in this defense, to your point, that's played with a lot of fire and fury, and I do believe that Jaron Reed has been one of them. And he's had to play too many snaps, which once that happens, it's going to reduce down the overall picture of your performance of play. But that doesn't mean that he hasn't been a guy to me that is trying to give his all out there on that field and is laying it all on the line, if you will. Donald says Geno starting. No starting net name, 15 minutes before kickoff, and we don't know. I was only going off, I'd look like they had Drew Lock down there getting high-fived by the players, like, all right, it's your time, kind of high-fives, All right. Okay, Playboy, let's go. What you got? Come on now. It's your day. It's your day. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Prime time? Oh, okay. We got this. But we'll see how it goes. Brian says Geno's starting. Well, that makes me feel better then. If Geno's actually going to be going here, then we're good. CJ Kurzman, if Geno isn't 100%, wasn't practicing as much all week and isn't taking pregame reps, we have at least to consider that Locke gives us a better shot tonight. I tend to be a guy that agrees with you on this, where if you got the guy who's practiced the most through the week, let him roll with the game time. That would be my feeling as well on that a little bit. Brian, it's looking like Locke and pre-game warm-ups, but I mean, what can you take from that? It was that my whole assessment came from a high five. There was something in the way that DJ Dallas high five Drew Lock that said to me, "You're starting today." Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights. How you doing, man? It's good to see you in the chat. Russell Marcuse says this team makes no sense. Ender, thank you for reminding me that as well. Please do, if you guys could for me, hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. We are getting locked and loaded. Lou, how you doing, man? Lord Boom, what's up? Greg Kemp. Raining. We're in December in Seattle. That's like sunshine in Texas in August. Megan in the house. How you doing, Megan? Hope you're feeling better. Cool Breeze, how y'all feeling tonight? We're in it. We're fighting. Alex Rodriguez, Pete Carroll is starting a quarterback. Hey, he throws well on the move. Underrated arm on the move, Carroll. Lots of anticipation. An anticipatory thrower to be sure. JG, our organization is a joke. How do we activate Geno and then let's Locke start? don't know. I could make some guesses that they thought he'd get right, but then he isn't right. But who knows? As is said with this organization a lot, JG, there's often things that often befuddle the mind. Devo, yeah, I think it's Drew. It looks Drewish, doesn't it? It looks Drewish tonight. It's very Drewish. Sea Lord of Bravos, hello 12s from Seahawks Nation north of the border. That's Canada. Hello, Sea Lord. Hope you're doing well out there. Not too cold. We're actually having a pretty good, not too bad winter. No real major snowstorms so far. And, it's not been too bad. Logan says apparently Woolen isn't starting. Makes some sense. They've got kind of a built-in excuse on this that may very well be the truth. That's the thing. Another thing where I go, I don't know on this one way or the other. Where is it that he's got a shoulder issue that's going to need surgery this offseason, and that prevents him from tackling, or is it just merely that he's decided to check out when it comes to really doing what he needs to do as a defender on the football field to do his part as a corner in this day and age? You can't get away with not tackling. It's not like the olden days. You got to be in on it. Offenses will target you if you don't. G-Lord says, tell a guest saying lock starting. There you go. It's lock time. The handshake was right. I read the handshake true. Megan says, Geno's starting. The news just came from VMAC by text. Oh, wow. This is cool. We got a little bit. Cool Breeze says, I think this will be closer than expected, but we still take the L. My final prediction, and I adjusted it by 3 points after talking to the Philly YouTube channel that we had in here, the Philly special, and talking to Josh, I came away feeling like 27-23. So I think it's close. But I think it's going to be tough to pull it off. Cameron says, love you, Brandon. I love you too, Cameron. Thank you, man. Nothing but love right back to you. You guys are awesome. Donald Carpenter says Monday Night Football is announcing it's Drew Lock. There we go. Jason C. Oh my God, they got Lock in. Luke says, looks like Lock starts. Here we go. Buckle up. Buckle up. It's going to get bumpy. Brandon Taylor, what's up, Brandon? Have a good night, man. Let's go Hawks. I'm having a great night, Brandon. We got a little primetime game. I come alive at night. Some folks wind down. I wind up. In the morning, it's not a pretty picture, but this time it's good. Right here, I like this. Michael Carosino, yo B, yo chat. Hope everyone is well. Let's go Hawks. Bounce back tonight. Let's get it done. Just get it done tonight. By any means necessary. By any means necessary. We take the Eagles. We take the wings. We whip their wings off. We win this game. I don't care what you got to do. I want them in the ground. I want them dead. I want the whole Eagles dead. I want the whole flock dead. I want them dead tonight. I want it happening now. Get it over with. Let's bring that energy tonight on the field. How's that sound? Or something like that. Something along, or we could just try to, beat them. Jason, he says disaster is true. It very well may be this evening. Breeze 30-17, Philly's my guess, Brandon. I can see it being there. 30, right around 30 points, he feels about the money spot there for the Eagles offense to me. And Michael Carosino, it's good to see you in the chat. You're doing good tonight. Lord Boom Brandon, I absolutely refuse to bet on the other team or root for the other team. I don't care what it looks like. Seattle Seahawks 38-34. Seahawks with the upset. Let's go. Oh, that'd be an awesome game. That'd be fun as hell. That'd be a fun as hell primetime game. Sign me up for that, Lord. All day long on that one. Hell yes. Yes. I like it. I like that score. I like this kind of party. Holy hand grenade. Lock is starting. Isn't it just the way people just text you right when you're going live stream? Isn't it just the way? Lock starting despite Geno being ready to go. Yikes. Seahawks says, B, I'm confused. First they said Geno starting, now not. What? Maybe the groin flared up. I don't know if any of you have ever had your groin flare up, but when it's flaring up, it can catch you in the moment. And, It's, it's treacherous. Okay? Sometimes you don't know when it's going to strike. You don't know when that groin's going to strike. Mr. Isaac, my man Brandon, let's watch some Seahawks football, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it tonight. No 80-yard runs on the first play, please, by God. Oh, man. Is everybody... Okay, we're good. Brian says can't trust Brennan Nelson for shit. MJ Seahawk, thank you for the $10 donation. Says, let's go Hawks. It's win or die. Most jobs are on the line. I'm looking for the players I want to keep. It's out right now, man. You can walk through the season having a certain mindset about where you're at as a player and where you're at in your level of effort on this team. And I'm not saying everybody's not doing it. Just there does feel like a sense of the buy-in aspect that was talked about in some of these interviews that have gone down over the past couple of weeks talking about this, that have given us at least a teensy tiny peek behind the curtain, maybe just a tiny bit. And that certainly now is a time where you're into a dyno mode for your season. But to your point, MJ Seahawk, this is also about people. You need to keep me here as part of this plan. You need to understand, no, I am ready to be part and jump through here. I get that energy from Jaron Reed. I get that energy from a Leonard Williams. I get that energy from a Witherspoon, there were no questions about. But am I going to get that energy down the line? I even get it from Bobby. Bobby does everything he can with what his older body will allow. But are you going to get it from everybody? And that part that'll be interesting to see tonight on top of hopefully a very entertaining game, MJ Seahawk. But thank you for the $10 donation. I appreciate you for that. And I hope you're having a great night. Lord Boom, Brandon just heard from the GM himself. Wagner is taking snaps at quarterback today. Okay, I'm with it. We're going wishbone. Okay, double option right. Bobby keeper pitch, give play. Okay. Bobby's going to be doing a lot of old school Magic Johnson moves with the football where he's palming it like this on the wishbone. And as he gets out wide, he kind of goes like this with the fake, doing the Magic Johnson style, but then keeps it back, and Magic would then go right up to the cup with it. Instead, he just takes it and tucks it and goes. A little bit of that with Bobby. It could work. It could work. Well, Edgar says, my man, this season is turning into a shit show. It's been bumpy. Kevin O'Connell, did I get a new computer? Okay, bad news is not a new computer yet because I'm in Spokane and the computers they have out here don't fit to what I want to do or what I like for my options. So I've got to order it through. Good news, I burned the midnight oil last night. I was in registry edits. I was running command prompts. Right now I would be having the whole hangover overlay of mathematical calculations flying over my face right now if I could show you guys the depths and the horrors that I had to go through into my computer that I will never fully tell you about. But I think I found my way through it. I think I got my way through the other side. I might have lost a finger and a pinky toe, but I think I got the solution. Nonetheless, the new computer is inbound, and I will be getting this come hell or high water figured out one way or the other. But it was just driving me crazy at the heart of it with the aspect that this computer's new. So it should be working. And I just kept coming back to NVIDIA drivers, man. Woo, those things are hogs. They will suck it up. Trevor Laris, so is Geno backing up Locke for this game? I'm guessing so because he is active. I would hope that they wouldn't have him active if he couldn't actually just go out there and at least throw out in the flat, I guess, every once in a while. Grass Daniel says maybe Pete wants to see Geno in some Taysom Hill type packages tonight. Hey, we got to get outside the box right now, right, Grass? We got to get outside this box. Lou says, my early Xmas wish, no picks by Drew, and we get the dub. Go Hawks. Let's just have Drew go out and have a game. Put up some 4 tutties, dropped 340 on him. Playing back there with some swagger and some I don't care throwing through the rain. Who wouldn't want to watch some of that? 0 picks. I love it, Lou. I love it. Brian Myers says Hurts is still in a bad way. Maybe we get Mariota before it's over. He didn't look good on the bench, did he, Brian? They showed him over there on the bench. And I guess he's had that illness, which you can only imagine. Just your body's already broken down over the course of a season, and then you got this bad illness. he did. It's always that rough look when you get the players. They're fighting through it. He had a little bit of that look to him on the sideline, but Hurts is a gamer. Hurts is a gamer. We're gonna get it. Eric Hanna, well, don't matter who quarterback plays, defense needs to show up. Amen. Amen. William Asapaco, go Hawks. We got raising the flag here. They got like the light on his face. Like they got the blue light spotlighting his face. I can't see it so bright. Check. We're good. We're good. No, don't you play. Check. All right, we're good. All right, we got the opening of the game starting off here. Snap out of it. Brandon, would you consider you could be a comedian? Have you considered going on Kill Tony? Boy, I don't know. That would be, I'd probably get too nervous at this point because I've never done it. I'm such an old age to be able to go out there and do it, and I can maybe every once in a while catch off the cuff if you get me in the right mood, but I don't know. It'd be fun to try it at some point. I'd give it a go at some point for sure. I have to think about what I'd talk about though. But I appreciate that snap out of it. I do know what Kill Tony is too. I like watching those bits. They're hilarious. All right, so the Seahawks have, it looks like, potentially deferred here to the Eagles. We're going to take over the 25-yard line. Jalen Hurts is indeed out on the football field. Starting for the Eagles, they are going to go 3 wide here to begin things with a read option kind of look. It's going to be a quarterback keeper with Jalen Hurts, and he's going to have some room to go. That's a 15-yard gain on the quarterback keeper by Jalen Hurts. A little bit of my worry in this game of if they were going to have Mariota out there, even or Jalen Hurts, either guy. The one thing with Jalen is that in doing a little bit of the prep, he's been not as much taking that hold. He's not as much as doing the keeper stuff here throughout this season. But against the Seattle Seahawks defenses we've seen against a couple of quarterbacks, even a Josh Dobbs type, if they keep that keeper, the defense will tend to kind of really try to buy into sucking in down towards the internal part of the offensive line and thus leaving the edges open. Shotgun here again. 3 wide receiver, they'll throw out into the flat to Swift. Swift working in space, and a good tackle there by Quandre Diggs coming up to bring him down for a very short gain. Second down and 6. Snail, thank you for the $2 donation. Says the hangover. We doing a drunk stream tonight? No drunk streams tonight. I got. This is gonna be a compact week as it is with the stream schedule. But I do love that. I love that meme with it's such a great meme. I know it's an old one now, but it still works. Swift with a carry on an outside zone run. Leonard Williams with early penetration, and he gets in the backfield and says, "Hello, Mr. Swift. They call me Mr. Williams." Loss of 3 yards on the play. Williams continues to play really good football for the Seattle Seahawks since arriving over from New York. He was all over that. Draymond Jones also getting some penetration off the edge there. But that was all big cat. 3rd down and 9. 12th man on their feet here. Eagles at the 39-yard line. 4-man front. Kobe Bryant in the game here. And drop back to throw. Pass is going to get completed to Dallas Goedert for a 1st down at the 42-yard line. And 3rd down and longs continue to be a trouble spot for the Seattle Seahawks this season. Dallas working from in the slot. Just runs a little stop route in the middle of the field. Bobby Wagner doesn't pick him up, just kind of stays in his zone. Bubble screen out to Dallas Goedert again. He's going to get down the field for a gain of 6 here. Brown with the tackle, knocking him out of bounds. Second down and 5. 3rd and 9. Seattle dropped into that heavy zone defense on that prior play. 4-man front. 4-man front, unable to generate any pressure on their own. We've been down this road. Snail, thank you for that $2 donation, though. We will do another one, another drinking stream for sure, probably this offseason at some point, I'm sure. Spice it up. Gasra, thank you for the $2 donation. Would you and Brendan ever do a watch-along together? Yeah, I'd consider doing it. Maybe I'll see if I can talk him into doing like a national title watch-along or something. But I'd be open to it, Kasra, for sure. Absolutely. All right, 2nd and 5 here. We got a 2 tight end look here for the Eagles, even though Hurts is still in shotgun. It's going to be a little bubble screen out wide. Great catch by Devontae Smith on the bubble screen. A very errant throw there by Jalen Hurts. Artie Burns comes up and makes a real nice tackle there on Devontae Smith, who comes up a little bit dodgy after the play and limping. Hurts really made that a harder catch than you'd like, and it caused him to extend out to Devontae Smith, and he got kind of leg whipped. Sort of as the defender's coming up and Jackson. That shows you what you get a little when you get physicality being entered into play from your positions on the outside, rather than the guy just kind of blocking a guy like Mike Jackson coming up and really trying to throttle that guy backwards with some force, sets that play up, and then Burns coming in, kind of providing that equal energy. And Hurts is going to call a timeout here as the play clock was winding down with a 3rd and 6 now. But Casper, thank you for the $2 donation, and I'll maybe mention, whether it's the Huskies or whoever it may be, maybe the national title game will be to do. I'm going to do the Husky game here on mine. I'm sure he's going to want to do the Husky game on his with it. Yeah, well, we can get something figured out, I'm sure. Thank you for the dono. We're already seeing Kobe Bryant, Artie Burns, Mike Jackson. I've not yet seen the presence of Jamal, so I can see we can kind of get a pretty clear indication of where Seattle's changing things up here in this particular game. Third down and 6. Middle of the field. First down. Wide receivers sat right in between Bobby Wagner and Jordan Brooks. Both are in the deep zone. You sit down in front of the deep zone. I don't want to harp on it too much, but that's what you see there, and you've seen it even on this drive a couple times. 1st and 10. The give is inside here to Gainwell. He's going to run this up the middle through the A-gap for a gain of 6 or 7 yards. You can see you have Bobby and Jordan Brooks backing into coverage at the snap on 3rd and 6. The Eagles run this receiver to the sticks. The linebackers are dropping beyond the sticks to further depth. We're talking a matter of a couple of yards, but it makes a difference. 2nd and 5. The give is inside here to Gainwell. He's going to get through and finally get tackled by Bobby Wagner, but not before he gains about 8 or 9 more yards there. First down, Eagles. 9:55 to go here in the first quarter. Shotgun look here for the Eagles. 2 wide receivers stacked on either side. Gain back into play action give here. A little that looked like a wishbone kind of play there. Hurts tried to flick it out over there to Dallas Goedert. I can't say his name. Goedert. But it's nonetheless, I think, a loss of maybe 1 there in that play, it looked like. Look at Darrell Taylor gets completely sucked inside. Talk about taking the cheese. Oh my gosh. 2nd and 9. Empty look here for, nope, we got running back, gets back in the backfield here for Hurts. He's going to throw it out there into the flat. Swift is working his way up the football field and taken down finally at the 8-yard line. Well, again, they'll put it at the 7, I think. Be about 3rd and 3 here for them. Third down and 3. Hurts in shotgun. The give is inside to Gainwell, right over the A gap. Space cleared. First down gained. It looks like, yep, with these there for 1st and goal. Long opening drive here for the Eagles. I often get in discussions with folks talk, we got a little hurry up here. 12-play drive, 71 yards, taking up 7 minutes and 9 seconds now of this first quarter clock. Hurts in shotgun. The give is up the middle here. Gainwell spins out of the first tackle at Mario Edwards Jr. and is able to climb his way for a gain of 2. Seahawks defenders, hands on their hips, trying to get some air. Bobby communicating from the center of the action to everybody else around him. Eagles on the 3-yard line. Hurts in shotgun. You got one wide to the far side of the field. A lot of guys in around the line of scrimmage. This looks like a run play. And the give is inside and taken right down there. Nice play there by Jordan Love. Crashing down from the outside. Bringing down Swift, it looked like, before he could even get up to speed, and bringing us up to another 3rd down. Already had 2 of those on this drive. Here's the 3rd one here. Julian's the unaccounted for defender. He's got to play that. No, he was accounted for. He just got off the block. My bad. 3rd and goal. Hurts, shotgun, starting out from an empty look here. Dropping back to pass. He's going to try to run this in. He might have a way, and he does have a way to a touchdown. Like Hurts the whole time intended to run, but he just shows he's got some good legs, and he can run with some physicality still as he does run. So Eagles opening drive, very successful. This is one of the things where people point to me on the Hawks defensive, the time of possession issue, and how they're gassed, and some of the issues come back to the offense. And I often point to and say, well, he's not touched there, and he's not giving himself up. So that's going to be interesting on the review. His knee slides, but he is not necessarily touching. He's not. I think they're going to let that stand. Yeah. He's not giving him up as a slide. He's going forward. So therefore the knee touching doesn't put him down. He's only down once the defenders touch him. Extra point goes up and through. So the Eagles are going to take a 7-point lead here. But this is one of the issues I've had at times with saying that it's merely the offense's ineptitude that leads to the defensive problem on the time of possession issue, is that you often get these long drives and 3rd down conversions and things that also aid into that time of possession problem. Jordan, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, oh joy. Backed up to, I was reading that like Ren and Stimpy. I don't know why that came to mind, Jordan. Backed up coverage twice now on 3rd and long, but I bet Pete thinks it's the players not listening. Yeah, I definitely am not going to try to harp on it too much, but I'm seeing the same thing with the Jordan, and I'm just going, boy, you're 3rd and this, 3rd and long drop. We're going to drop past the sticks because they're definitely going to want to try to throw over the sticks. No, they won't. They're just going to take the first down. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Let's drop to 10 yards. Yeah, but they only need 6 yards. Why do we drop to 10 yards with our 2 linebackers? Because they're going to want to throw over the top. No, they're not. It's an easy completion. And it does look so often and maybe it's just to my casual eye on this, Jordan, it looks so rudimentary. It looks so, I as a offensive coach can come in knowing that this defense is always going to drop to depth with its zone. If you always are going to drop, and not just drop to depth, drop with healthy depth. I'm talking a bubble gut over the belt buckle depth. Okay. But we'll see. Maybe they got some handy adjustments for drive number 2. Perhaps. V-Ray, thank you for the $5 donation. What is Mafe doing? He should have contain. Yeah, that's a problematic issue. I think I was just referenced to the start of that drive too, V-Ray, where he got on the 15-yard gain as well. V-Ray on the opening play, I think, of the game there to Jalen Hurts. And you saw it as well when Hurts went to the other sideline with Taylor, who completely bit down as well. I'm led to believe that because we're seeing a couple of different guys doing it, that what they're telling them to do is to crash down to help out on those A and B gap runs. And then that's leaving their contained position. This is a guess, but the fact that V-Ray, we see a couple of times guys doing, just on that drive alone, a couple of different guys doing it, leads me to believe that that's how they're teaching him to do it, because they're so concerned with those A and B gap runs, which doesn't make me feel better about it, V-Ray, of course. You know what I mean? But Mafe is a good edge run defender. You ask him to set the edge, he can set the edge. I know Darrell Taylor can't, but I know Mafe can. But I've seen Mafe do that a couple times this year too, V-Ray, to your point. So, hard to say, where that one is, because you got to play a bit of the guessing game. But it's not good football, right? Would be your point. That'd be my point too. Set the effing edge. Just, trust your interior guys, to do their job and keep their 2 gaps handled, and we'll be all good. Hawks are going to come out now from the 25-yard line after the kick goes back into the end zone here with Drew Lock taking over here for Geno Smith. A 2 tight end look for them to start things off here. Fan going in motion prior to the snap, and we're going to get a little false start from the Seahawks. Here we go. But thank you, V-Ray. Something I'm going to have to maybe study a little bit more on the tape with this, but as you mentioned, and I think about it, this is maybe something that they are starting to just teach these guys to do, because they're trying to overcome the deficiency in the middle. Meanwhile, another hole then opens up in the dam. 6:31 to go. 1st and 15 for the Seattle Seahawks on the 20-yard line. Drew Lock dropping back to pass. He's going to be under a little bit of pressure. Gets it into Kenneth Walker for what will be about a 3-yard gain. Barry Soy Toro, thank you for the $10 donation. Says hashtag fire Pete. I think the calls are growing louder and louder on this front. In 2nd and 12, Lock's going to change the play here at the line of scrimmage. Again, a 2 tight end look for them here. Walker right over the B gap run there inside. He will take it for a gain of about 4. We'll give him 4. This will bring up a 3rd and long for the Seattle Seahawks. Matt Patricia, of course, in this game, taking over for Sean Desai as the play caller on the defensive side of the ball. Patricia, often shaded fellow by many a former player, especially for the former Lions players. 3rd down and 9. Lock in shotgun here. 3 wide receiver look for the Seahawks. Lock dropping back to throw. Gets inside to DK Metcalf for a completion. Metcalf brought down to the ground. 4th down. Like the use of Metcalf there, though. Putting him into the slot there. Giving him an opportunity from inside. Barry Sotoro, though, thank you for that $10 donation. I appreciate you. And I say to the people that I know there's people on both sides of this. Lock put it just a little. It's a good throw by Lock overall. But if you were going to nitpick Lock a little bit on the throw, you'd say if it could just get a little more out wider off the body. He puts it back to the body a little bit, get him out in front so he can better kind of get forward into the first down marker. It's sort of the throw comes back to him, so now he's backing up to the defender who's closing in on him, which then makes the tackle easier for the defender on that. Small little detail there, but it's not that it was a bad pass. But Barry, there are people that are either on either side of this. But in doing this in my years of this and just following this team for many years since Carroll's arrived, the heat has never been turned up as hot as it is right now for people's dissatisfaction. And that first opening drive, I think, was a good indication of it. The Eagles kind of did what they wanted. You didn't provide a lot of resistance. The third down issues kind of still remain. So you didn't do all bad things, but that there's just the same issues and problems are the same issues and the same problems. But we'll see. Whatever's going to happen, there's going to need to be some kind of major kind of change from some direction here if they're going to hope to rectify the situation as it currently stands. Russell Mark Q, thank you for the $2 donation. This D wouldn't stop a stop sign. They might have some problems with it, The stop signs are, not always easy to see, okay? Sometimes stuff's blocking them, okay? You get leaves and bushes. What are you going to do? Thank you, Russell. Appreciate you, man. Derek, the Seahawks and Lightning fan. Love having people go crazy. Thank you for the $2 donation. He says, love having people to go crazy with over this team. I feel the same way, Derek. It's made my watching experience so much better to have the engagement with the chat. Right now at this point, I might very well be at a spot of just starting to just outright sailor cuss. You know what I mean? Where you're basically, anybody in the room's doing these kind of looks when you're in the other people in the room, they're doing these kind of looks. Ooh, okay. We're gonna be out. We're gonna go over there. You're good. It's a little bit of those, where you're over there. What the hell? What are they doing? It helps me having people that I know are in the same kind of mode a little bit. That I know when we suffer in collective spirit, it makes it better somehow. Maybe it shouldn't, but it does, Derek. Thank you for the $2 donation, though. I appreciate you. All right, Seahawks defense, what you got? What you got? David, thank you for the $2 donation. This changes must happen sooner rather than later. Amen to that, David. This is a reason I'm pushing as hard as I am in the direction of saying this is where I'm going to feel it this offseason. I don't think this team is aided by, calling this anything other than what it appears to be at the moment. I want to wait through the end of the year before we get to a final conclusion because, there's no reason to rush. But I think that this is where the direction's going. DeAndre Swift will take a little outside zone run here off left tackle for a gain of about 5 or 6 yards out of shotgun here on first down for the Eagles after the punt by the Seahawks. It's a good punt by Dickinson, playing him pretty deep in Eagles territory now. Second down and 5. Eagles on the 18-yard line of the Hawks. Hurts dropping back to throw. Nice clean pocket. He's going to let it rip deep over the top and nowhere close to completing that ball. 3rd and 5. Eagles so far 4-4 on third downs. Hurts in shotgun, 3rd and 5. Empty look. Gainwell will now crawl back into the backfield next to him. Hurts just jumped off sides. Come on now. Oh, yeah. It took a long time. That took a long damn time to get their flags out on that one. He tripped over and went back like this. Get that flag up. 3rd down and 10. Eagles now on their 12-yard line here. Hurts again, going to bring Gainwell back into the backfield. Dropping back to pass, completing it over the middle. Nice job by Quandre Diggs to rally up and knock the ball free there with Dallas Goedert. He might have dropped it anyway, but even if he caught that ball, he was going to be taken right to the ground. Nice play there by Quandre. 4th down and 10. Good things happen sometimes when you get Quandre up near the... A little bit of an errant throw there by Jalen Hurts. I don't think Goedert had a chance on it, but still a good play by... Let's give Quandre some props. He's had a couple good plays here to start things off. Eagles punter will set up from his own end zone here. Deep, high punt. Pick it up. Oh, my God, DJ. Oh, that was a DJ Dallas special right there. He let it bounce in front of him 15 yards and then just watches it bounce for another 20 yards backwards. So it turns into, what was that, a 65-yard punt? That felt like a good 60. But Hawks do take over. Good defensive stand there. Way to hold up on that one. David, to your point on this, the people that have this standpoint like yourself and like where I think I'm going to be heading towards as this season ends down, haven't arrived here, I don't think, lightly. And there's a lot that goes into this feeling, and it's more than that this is just happening now this year. It's a feeling of this is just all too familiar of a tale, and one that's never changing, and one that's unlikely to change into the future. And if that's the case, then as you say, the changes must happen sooner than later. If you're not trying to even search for any answers, how can I have confidence in you? How can I have optimism in you that you will resolve issues into the future? Do we need to get some better players in here? Sure, we can get some better players in here. Is it just a player problem? No. Is that even the majorest, issue as it stands or as it seems right now? It doesn't seem that way to me. But appreciate where you're coming from. Thank you for the donation. Duquan, thank you for the $10 donation. I hope you're having a good night as well, brother. It's good to see you. Yes, A and B gap run with 12 yards to go on 2nd down. Yes, A and B gap runs with 12 yards to go on 2nd down. You have been known to run the ball all year. To the point, teams stack the box heavy. Sigh. It's going to be a long game. Yeah, that you're in a 2nd and long, your tendency, and it's a strong tendency, Duquan. It's a tendency that is, you can always count on it to be there in this way. It's just like you say, the 2nd down and longs like this, our tendency will be to go then to the run play. Teams can guesstimate that. I mean, they have the numbers, Duquan. They don't even have to look at the film. They can just look at base numbers that tell you, based on probability of what we run and what we don't run, that's what they're going to do if they're in that kind of situation there. But yeah, it's good stuff, Duquan. Those A and B gap runs, man, we love them. You see the Eagles on the other side of it and their running game where they're finding success on some of these outside zone runs. They're also doing well on the inside stuff too. They're kind of running where they want, but utilizing the outside edges of their offensive attack in the ground game. All right, Locke's going to take over here from the 27-yard line. And Seahawks will come out with a 3 wide receiver look here. Pitch play. Ooh, outside to Kenneth Walker. And Josh Sweat instantaneously puts him on his back. Did we just leave Josh Sweat unblocked on the pitch play to his side? So they're having DK try to block Josh Sweat on the outside. The way you bring that block in is you bring it in with motion of DK Metcalf. He motions towards the line of scrimmage so that he can get to that block. If you have him off the line of scrimmage with space there, he can't get to the edge block there. 2nd and 16, Locke dropping back to throw, completes it inside to Parkinson for a gain of about 5 or 6 yards, and we'll have a 3rd and long. Okay. We'll have to talk about that play there a little bit. It's the little details. But you have the receiver lined up either closer to the line of scrimmage there. You don't have him 3 yards off so that he can get to that block. 3rd down and 10. Lock, lots of time to throw. Looking over the middle here and completes it to Tyler Lockett. 1st down. Nice catch by Tyler Lockett. Making the grab as he rolls. You can always count on Lock there. Drew Lock back under center now here. 1st and 10. Play action pass. Rolls out to his right. Completes the ball up to Tyler Lockett. Lockett makes the catch. And that'll be a gain of about 5 yards there. Like some of these easy throws Waldron's getting in for Lock, getting him into some rhythm here, which is nice. Those kind of throws especially. They don't get you a lot of yards, but they put you into good down and distance on 2nd down. You get Lock rolling in space. You get his not having to think through as much stuff, kind of keep things simple and easy and get him back into that kind of hopeful rhythm a little bit. 1:10 to go here in the 1st quarter. Eagles up 7-0. Lock to give inside here to Walker. Walker almost able to break free there. Looks like he's right on the 1st down marker nonetheless. Made a nice cut inside. He's going to be about a half yard short. But it made a really, really nice cut there. Back across the formation. Will give us a 3rd and 1. Charbonnet time, maybe? Charbonnet is in the backfield. Oh my God, we got another false start. Oh my goodness. False start. Carroll's erupting in some anger over on the sideline. Looks like fans trying to signal that the defense drew him off sides, I think. But that takes you into a much different 3rd down. Fan was just looking back. You do see players often do that, looking back to check on the check with the other player aside from them. Odd call there. 3rd and 6. Lock drops back to throw. Under some early pressure here, and he'll throw this out wide. 4th down. Why are we not going to DK on the slant route there as the first option? It blows my mind. You completed the play on the previous drive doing just that, and then you go to Noah Fant as your first look trying to throw an out route to the edge. Holy goodness. Holy goodness. Megan Gock, Roger. And Megan, I hope you are having a good night and you're recovering well. Thank you for the 5. It says, we'll keep an eye on the chat, B, but not doing well, so I'm off to watch the Kraken for a bit. Sounds good, Megan. I hope you're having a good one, and thank you for the 5. No worries. We'll be we'll hold it down in here. Hold it down in here. But do, again, hope you are feeling a little bit better out there, and hope the Kraken are able to get it done here. I know they've had a bit of a rough start as well here to their year. As much of the championship action as some may have thought with that. All right. Long live the king. Thank you for the $2 donation. Really should have found a way to keep Ugabuki. I wouldn't have minded it. I mean, that Dallas seems to be the only thing he's bringing a benefit supposed to be a special teams value, so he's basically just a special teams specialist at this point. If that's the case, why not go for the better one? It's not like a bookie was going to cost you significantly more money, and at least he provided a dynamic impact to that return element of the game. Yeah, I would have as well. That punt return's silly by Dallas there. It's just, you catch the ball. Come up there, fair catch the ball. He just doesn't trust his hands. He doesn't trust coming up on the ball and catching it. I've seen him do this multiple times over. He's not a natural punt returner. So he just will let the ball bounce and hope that it's going to take a weird bounce. But the problem is these punters kick so well, they know how to get a forward spin on the ball. You know, they're almost kind of masters at that a little bit. So you can't just hope that it's going to get a funky bounce. You got to come up there and get the ball. Thomas Cox, player ain't the problem. It's coaching. Yeah. And King, thank you for that $2 donation, man. Well said, too. Well said, too. Yeah, the ref call I don't agree with there. I see players every Sunday and they're trying to get offensive line calls and the guy turns like this back. That's not the same as going like this. And you go, come on now. Come on now. We got a flag on us again now? What are they flagging us for now? Are they really flagging us for this? Illegal touching? Oh. Okay. Yeah. We've been on this road before, so we shouldn't be surprised. Okay. So it looks like the Hawks are going to repunt after illegal touching by Radican. He went down and he was too violent on the football and downing it, I guess. So we have to... football violence is not to be tolerated. Do not smack that pig skin. Don't smack that skin. This will now have the Hawks punting back from their 32-yard line here for Dixon. He'll get another whack at it. Give me a Dixon bomb here. Come on, Dixie. Dixon drives this one to the 12-yard line where it'll be returned from there. Missed tackle, and finally brought to the ground there at the 29-yard line where the Eagles will take over. Cheese Taco, thank you for the $10 donation. Hawks, remind me of a really old pair of slippers you love, but the heels are falling off. There's an ace there. Okay, let me reread this, Cheese, because I butchered it. Hawks remind me of a really old pair of slippers you love, but the heels are falling off. There's a hole in the toe. The treads on the bottoms are smooth, and you can't tell what the original color was. That sounds about right. I'm wearing a pair of those slippers right now. I got to get down to Costco and get me a fresh pair, man. It's just what I'm going through as we speak. But it's true. But you also get a little bit of a sentimental attachment to it, right, Cheese, too? Jalen in shotgun here, a little bubble screen out. The ball is going to be tipped in the air. Nicely done by, is that Julie? It's Artie Burns. Artie Burns playing a pretty good game here so far, coming off the edge on the blitz and able to knock that ball down before Hurts could get it out. When Seahawks blitz, good things happen. Nice play by Burns. 2nd and 10. Quick throw and catch to A.J. Brown on a little slant route there. Looks like they're going to give him the first down. A.J. also comes up a little bit gimpy there. Ooh, they'll mark him a little short. Official initially looked like he was giving him the spot. But now you know what that means, folks. We're getting it. The brotherly shove. Hurts sets up. Hawks. Wagner jumps over the top. Goes for a ride. First down. But Cheese Taco, that's an apt comparison, metaphor. And especially, I'm adding on the sentimental side of it. You got a little bit of sentimentality that you attach to it as well, right? That you know, keeps you from letting go. It keeps you from saying, hey, just go get some new ones. It's a pair of slippers. Don't be attached to it. All right, 1st and 10 here for Jalen Hurts in shotgun now. Inside give here to Swift. He'll dance around inside before he picks a hole up the middle there and finds himself maybe 4 or 5 yards. Thank you, Cheese Taco, for the $10 donation, though. Hope you're having a great night. That Philly shove play is just unstoppable. Bobby tries to tackle Hurts, and the tight end then throws Bobby off, tries to push Bobby off Hurts, and it all just serves to be forward momentum. 2nd and 6. Hurts in shotgun. Give again back up the middle. No, it's going to be quarterback keeper here by Hurts. He's got a little bit of space to work with. He's going to get the first down. He's had some success getting down to the edge. V-Ray, if we're watching right now, let's see if the edges are crashing here. Show the replay. I don't care about his face. God, can they just show one replay back for the love of God? No, let's show his face bouncing. I can't see. He's wearing a helmet. 1st and 10. Eagles around the 50-yard line. Give up the middle for a gain of about 5 yards. Hurts has now gained first downs on 52 of his carries. That's the 2nd most in the NFL through week 14. 2nd and 6. Seahawks show a single high look here. Drop back into zone. A.J. Brown on a comeback route for a first down reception. The Seahawks showed the cover 3. If you're quarterback there, you're thinking zone all the way. 4-man box. And that's just what they dropped it into. First down and 10, hurry up offense here for the Eagles. Inside give to DeAndre Swift. He's dancing, motoring, cutting, moving, looking like Shady McCoy out there with some of those cuts. First down. Eagles continue to run their hurry up here. Quick handoff give to DeAndre Swift, and they're just going to start, you can just kind of feel it. They're going to start bearing down on this Hawks defense with the run game right now. This is going to be mano-a-mano, us testing your will. We're going to come downhill. We're going to come to the edges. We're going to test you on all sides, sort of probe all along your defensive line to find your weaknesses and make you stop it. And it doesn't look like they're all that interested from necessarily having to go away from it until the Seahawks do stop it. Second down and 8. 17 carries for the Eagles to only 10 passes so far in this game. Eagles set up on the 22-yard line. Another read option carry here, keeper by Jalen Hurts, and he's going to get himself 2 or 3 yards there. We'll give him 2. This will bring up a 3rd down now. 3rd and 6. Play 51-yard drive here, consuming now almost 5 minutes of this current drive. They already got a long one in the books in this game so far to begin things. Too high safety look here by the Seahawks to begin things. Press coverage on the outside. Hurts going to try to keep it on third down, and he's going to be brought down for only a gain of 2 or 3. Nice job by Jordan Brooks filling the hole in there. Let's see what the Eagles choose to do here. Yeah, Leonard Williams really made much of that play go. Brooks cleaned it up, but Leonard Williams at the point of attack. Good job of sliding off an early combo block and then getting out there and making the play. 4th and 3, Eagles are going to go for it. Empty look to begin things here. Gainwell goes back in motion next to Jalen Hurts. Eagles look like they false started like hell there. Didn't get the call. And the ball will be completed on a stop route, comeback route there for a first down. Seahawks. First and 10. Inside gain to Gainwell here. He will be dragged down quickly by Boye Mafe. Nice play by Boye. Second down. Duquan, thank you for the $5 donation. When you get a second look, take a look at CMC's joke on the Manning cast, low-key shade to Seattle coaching staff on ESPN clips. Thank you for this. Thank you for letting me know on that. I will take a look for sure. I'll take a look for sure. I will use it too, Duquan, so you might have just given me something I can use on a video. So thank you. When you guys ever see that, do let me know on that kind of stuff. But I'd like that. It's always, the players will always tell you true. Inside give here on the zone read. 9-yard gain here for DeAndre Swift. This will bring up 3rd and a half a yard. Eagles will get 2 brotherly shoves to get this one in. Hawks defense probably wearing down in this first half. They've been on this football field, it feels like, this entire time. Williams tried to swim move inside there and left his gap. And the Eagles are going to get a false start. Well, this changes this. This changes this outcome just a little bit. Nick Sirianni's always got the, what? He's always got that look on the sideline. What? What? Not really angry, just kind of, what? Third down and 6. Hurts and shotgun. 3 wide, 1 tight end. Hawks 4-man front. Give his inside here to the back. He is brought down nicely by Quandre Diggs, knifing into the backfield, catching him around the ankles and spinning him down. Great play by Quandre Diggs, who's had a few of those here in this game today. And that'll take us to 4th down and 6. See what happens when Quandre can be brought down more down the box a little bit, some of the effect he can have down there. Eagles will go ahead and take the field goal now at this point. Kick is up, and it is through. So the Eagles take a 10-0 lead here with 6:20 to go here in the second quarter. Hawks defense needs a little bit of some oxygen, you know, a little oxygen. Ooh, look at Kelsey with a little vet move there. Look at Kelsey with the little sting. He took the ball and moved it forward. Oh, you very, very, very dodgy vet move there. Duquan, though, thank you again for that $5 and also for the note on the Manning cast. I'll check that out. Space has Spoon been benched? I don't think he's been benched. He's got that hip pointer injury that he's still probably trying to fight through. That's not helping. That's still probably nowhere near, you know, to getting to 100% at this point. There we go. Let's see these messages a little bit better there. SAG3, thank you for the $2 donation. Michael Penix plus Ben Johnson needs to be our quarterback and coach for real. I wouldn't turn it down. You know, I think Ben Johnson is just the kind of coach for Penix. What he's been able to do with Goff and having that as kind of a model that could serve as his guidance in what to do with Penix, I think he could make that work. And certainly Penix has much more mobility than Goff has, and much more of an ability to play off, I think, script and improvise. But I like it, Zach. I like it. That'd be a hell of a combination, man. I hadn't thought of that combination, but that'd be great. David, thank you for another $5 donation as well. This team has no energy. Pete has lost them. This defense is so tough to watch. It's something we were worrying about, and it's definitely something KJ Wright was hinting about. And you have the KJ Wright or the Salk and Carroll interview, and Carroll's saying next question. I've heard Carroll curt at times on some questions he's asked. I don't know if I quite to that level of snippiness on the question like that. It's certainly not a fun question to answer as far as a coach. I can't blame him there. But I think that there is a little bit of there's some issues here. There's bigger problems at play here, and it's why I think people like me in my position, be it in other YouTube channels or talk-ins, they're trying to talk about this more. Is that it's not to necessarily just try to shade on Coach Carroll or wag a finger at him and say see him bad. It's more about we just want to see this issue get fixed and rectified into the future, and we're seeing these kind of things sometimes on a weekly basis, not sometimes, oftentimes on a weekly basis. And it just doesn't muster a lot of hope that you will find resolution or any kind of fixes. But yeah, I get it. I definitely get it, David. I'm feeling the same thing. The lack of energy thing has been something that's been startling to me because we've had our scheme exploited before in past years many times over. I haven't often had to say, am I sure that the players are not playing 100%, even though the scheme's not doing them any favors? And this year there's been some times where that has been a little bit more in question. Jason Kelsey moving the ball up. Man, he moved that thing up by like a half yard. Oh, Lord. That's so funny. I don't know why that. I straight find that hilarious. All right, 3 tight end look here for the Hawks as they come out on the 25-yard line now. Walker in the backfield. DK is your only receiver. Do a high safety look here from the Eagles. Lock dropping back to throw. He'll let it loose here, and we're going to get a flag here on DK Metcalf as he's often molested in the secondary. He was being so this time. R. Sanchez, thank you for the $2 donation. It says, put in Lock. Yeah, DK got him beat off the line, had him panicking the whole way. Just decides to cradle up on DK. Call the flag. That happens to him so often on the All-22. That very thing that just happened with that corner is exactly what you'll see. Doesn't always get called. 1st and 10. Lock in shotgun. A little bubble screen out to JSN. Nice tackle out there. Sidney Brown, Sidney Brown's awesome. Quick little tackle from him. Couple yard gain. I'll say this, Sanchez. Lock's not played necessarily bad at this point. They've just gotten in some bad down and distance situations, penalties and whatnot. Quick snap here by Lock. It's going to be a little delayed draw. Ooh, the delayed draw. It's been a few weeks since we've gotten to see that one. Doesn't work too bad. Little 6-yard gain there for Walker. That might be his best gain of the day so far, or second best game. But nice little delay there. It's a way to counter those pass rushers as they're trying to get upfield so fast. They'll wildly abandon their pass rush lanes. You go to that call because they're not going to need a guard or a center then to open that hole up inside. It just naturally is opened up by the way that they're rushing the passer. 3rd down and 2 now. Lock under center. Tyler Lockett going in motion. Inside carry here to Kenneth Walker. It's going to be very close to the 1st down. The official appears at first blush to have marked it as a first. Walker, good job of getting his head down and getting upfield just enough, it looks like, to get that 1st down. So Hawks have here maybe their best drive of the day going. Opportunity to give their defense a good breather. get up here, get a score. They do get the ball back at half. Wouldn't mind just eating up the rest of this clock in the second quarter, and let's get us into the next half. First down and goal from the 45-yard line in Eagles territory. Jackson Smith goes in motion, lock, dropping back to throw, 7-step drop. Comes back underneath to Disley, and Disley will make the catch. Disley's not feeling Sidney Brown right now, and Sidney Brown's feistiness. 5-yard gain there to Disley. Some good completions inside to the tight ends in this game. Seahawks utilizing a little bit of the inside, middle of the field in the passing attack. Drew Lock starting this game out 7 for 8 and 42 yards. Back under center here. Walker in the backfield. Eagles showing a too high safety look. Running play inside to Walker. Love the call. Love the use of having Lock under center here. Wonderfully done on that part. They're committing to that. It's not just him and shotgun with shotgun runs. You could see a little bit of there with Walker getting the build-up speed from coming up under center, how much that can help him as he then gets through the hole at full speed at that point. Not that he's just starting to get up to his full build-up speed 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. And the Eagles showing a too high safety look, so they're leaving you a light box there. They're challenging you in many ways at that point to run the football. 1st and 10. 3:09 to go here in the second quarter. Lock back under center. 2 tight end look, pitch play outside. Walker is not going to get anything there for it, but wow, what a weird mark there by the official. Look at some feistiness in this game. It's getting a little bit chippy here as we're going along. Love the use of the pitch play, though. Trying to get out to that edge of the defense. Didn't work. Didn't work, that's for sure, but like the use of it. 2nd down and 10. Lock and shotgun, 2 tight ends to his right, running back to his left. Sorry, one. Quick throw out to Charbonnet. Will glance off of his hands, incomplete. 2nd down and 10. What is informing you to go to Charbonnet there? You're not being blitzed. 3rd down and 10. DK lines up from the slot. Sidney Brown's up covering him. Mismatch alert. Completed inside to Jackson Smith and Jigba for a 1st down on an in-cutting route. Nice job there by Jackson Smith. And this should take us down to the 2-minute warning. Jackson getting that free release from the inside. Nice cut, great timing, safety late to close over the top. Well thrown ball there by Drew Lock. Okay. We can work with this. We can absolutely work with this. Dude, why can I not get this thing to see me the way I want to see it? There we go. V-Ray, thank you for another $5 donation, brother. Says, is it me or did we use to get 3 or 4 dynamic special teams plays every year? We did. It used to be a part. It'd be a couple blocks a season, or you'd get a return touchdown, or you'd get them causing some fumbles, V-Ray, some turnovers at times. But it is slowly kind of not, it's not that it's become a weakness on the team at all. I don't want to overstate that with it, but it certainly has not become as maybe much a strength as it's been at times in years past to lean on it. And when you have the rest of the team, of course, having so many issues in its other parts, That's backsliding, just puts it all that much more on more display. Thank you, V-Ray. Wish they showed the replay on some of those quarterback keepers so I can get a little bit more of an idea. I'm going to just wait till I can see the all-22. We're doing a video on. Phoebe Moore Seahawks says, I see more motion than usual. I'm seeing more of that as well. It seems like at least on the majority of the plays off from an offensive perspective, they're running some pre-snap motion, which is good. I think that can help you and make you can be effective with this. You know, there's a lot to mine from this. There's a lot of gold in them there hills. You know what I mean, Phoebe? The Kivers, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, I want Mike McD. He's hilarious, for one, and he's a player's coach, so we could keep the culture in Seattle. Sucks he's taken by a faster wife in Miami. You can't mess with those Miami 10s, Kivers. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? We're known for many things here in the Pacific Northwest. You know what I mean? We got a lot of gifts. A lot of gifts that we bring. You know. I'm saying. Thank you for the $5. I love Mike McDaniels. He's awesome. He's done a hell of a job down there in Miami. That's his first head coaching job. 1st and 10 here. Charbonnet with the give up inside, looking for a little bit of room, fighting hard. Running like a bull inside there, only able to get about 3 yards, but he got what he could there. But I like Mike McDaniels. Some of those coaches in the first stop, you know, they can have that Josh McDaniels, those wonder kids. They have that Josh McDaniels early kind of rise of 5, 6, 7 games or half a season. And then it's just kind of like, and then their whole, you know, forward message or whatever that they bring as far as with that youthful exuberance starts to get to peter out a bit. With Mike McDaniels, he's been able to sustain it. And it seems like if anything, he's gotten better in time as that first coach as he's learning those ropes. And he certainly looks like one of your future stars at the head coaching position, if he's not, already starting to climb into that role of things. But he is also hilarious, to your point, Kivers. And yeah, V-Ray, the thing that this comes back to a little bit with the special teams, I think some of it is the lack of committing to getting a dynamic kick and punt returner in Dallas. Some of it is then committing to pay a guy like Jason Myers, who you know is going to have the up and down years as he has throughout his career. And then some of it is just you're not getting the results from the guys you paid, like a Nick Ballore or whatnot, giving you kind of as much that dynamic impact in other areas. But all of that sort of works together. I think Dixon's the only guy really who's done his job in that crew this year, it feels like. Or done his job well. Let's say that. They've done their job, but maybe not done their job well. If I may be so bold. Sanchez, thank you for the $5 donation. It says, in watching this team, I see one that's largely tuned out Carroll, undisciplined and selfishness. Pete needs to go. It's a couple times even mentioned in this stream, Sanchez. It's the most mentioned thing in my streams over the past 3 or 4 weeks, and something that was even talked about from that first opening embarrassing loss to the Rams this year. And there's going to be a lot of divisive opinion on this, and there'll probably be a lot of internal battles in the Seahawks fandom over what's the right way, what's the wrong way. Should we let him have another year? Does he get a chance to write his own ticket? I totally will understand the people that just with Carroll want to let him have that chance, want to let him write his ticket, and I get where they're coming from in their sentiment. I do. It doesn't mean I agree with it, but I get it. I do lean towards the folks that'll be like you if this kind of fits the type. And I'm going to give it the full season and give Carroll that chance, because at the end of the day, I would love to see him be successful here, but he's got to change his ways to do it. And like you say, undisciplined football has become a hallmark of this team on a yearly basis for many years running, through many different rosters you've turned over since the Legion of Boom era. And that means that it's probably likely to be one as we go into the future. 2nd and 7 here for Locke now, coming out of the timeout called by the Eagles. They're down to 1 now in this game. He drops back to pass, throws it low to DK Metcalf. Metcalf is unable to reel it in. So give us a 3rd and 7. We love those out routes. We just loves them out routes. Yeah, Locke threw an absolute duck there. DK certainly should have probably reeled it in nonetheless. But that ball came out of that ball came out of Drew Lock's hand like the duck had been shot twice. And one of its wings had been taken off in one of the firings. 3rd and 7. Lock back and shotgun. Quick pressure look here by the Eagles. Completed inside to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Good job of recognizing the blitz by Lock, but a good job by Eagles of covering it up on the back end as well. This will bring up a 4th down. The Seattle Seahawks are in decision mode. Decision. Eagles will take their final time out of the half. Probably got to take the points here and just hope to God your defense can stand up. But undisciplined football, tuning him out, Sanchez, these are things that, I just, how can they provide anybody confidence in the future on that, And man, I don't. The Hawks going to go for this? Interesting decision. Ballsy. All right, Lock back in shotgun. Charbonnet to his left, 3 wide receiver look here. Hawks are going for it. DK from the inside slot position here. Seahawks just going to do the old, let's try to give him jump off sides. They don't game. Doesn't work. Guessing that means it's field goal city. Field goal. But Sanchez, thank you for your double donation tonight, man. And the undisciplined football is one of the things that I hope whoever potentially would be the new coach coming in would be one of the first orders of the day that they would look to correct. Not that we have to be the most disciplined football in the season, in the NFL, but just that's something that starts to become a little bit more of a point of emphasis. 4th and 4, 26-yard attempt here for Jason Myers, who's hitting 79% of his kicks on the year this season. Dixon looks back at him, says, "You ready?" He says, "I'm ready." Snap down, hold up, kick through, kick good. Hawks on the board, 10-3. 1:42 to go in the second quarter. Hawks have 2 of their timeouts left here. The Eagles will be without any of their timeouts here. A minute and 42 seconds to try to get up the football field. Sanchez, thank you again for that donation and all of your donations. You guys are very, very kind as well. Just a reminder here, the show today is going to be brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is going to be sponsoring and has been sponsoring the Hawks Nest throughout this season. And they have been kind enough to do so. You guys have been kind enough to use this code a lot, which I really do appreciate. You use their code when you sign up on their app and you download it and you use my code NEST, N-E-S-T, or you can click down at the top, the description link section below. You will get up to $100 of your first deposit matched on me, on the Hawks Nest, out of my pocket. Well, we're not really out of my pocket, but out of my proverbial pocket. So, support the show, get an extra $100 in your pocket, participate in some great contests that are ongoing in the Underdog Fantasy app. Stuff like getting into weekly, still even as these weeks bear down, you get into a fresh fantasy. Has your fantasy gone downhill? Are you struggling? Are you out of the playoffs? Well, you can get back in the playoffs. You can get back in the playoffs and make yourself some money right now by getting in on this app, because they will still do weekly fantasy sessions, even into the playoffs. You got your over and unders. They're giving away $200,000 a week, but they've also been very kind in sponsoring this show, and as they have. And so if you do get a chance, do download that app. There are restrictions that do apply in the state of Washington, but if you're in a casino in the state of Washington, you've got the full usage of the app 100%. Something to keep in mind if you happen to find yourself near one of our many great casinos. Well, interesting first half. I was expecting some more quick action, but it's been more of the kind of slow and steady pace kind of thing going on here a little bit. 12th North Chad Pumpkin can't make that field goal. She's asleep. She's too busy sleeping right now. She's exhausted from a day of relaxing. It just has wore her out. Kyvers, thank you for another $5 donation. Says, why did you have to bring up Josh? He's hot garbage. And it's Kivers like, Kivers like killers. Killers, Kivers, killers. I thought I was saying it right. Killer. Oh, Kivers. Kivers with a kiv. Okay, Kivers like killers. Okay, Kivers. Sorry, Kivers. Well, thank you for the double donation. This is why'd you have to bring up Josh. He's hot garbage, and it's Kivers, not killer. Brendan Nelson pronounces it wrong too, so don't feel bad. I do feel a little bit bad, man. When you donate, I butcher your name. That's definitely a lashing. That's a lashing. Self-flagellation. I can't say that word. But thank you, thank you, Kivers. I'm gonna have to say your name slowly, make sure I get it right now. But got to bring it up, man. Got to bring it up. I'm glad Brendan at least gets it wrong, because Brendan's usually good. Brendan will like nail the Polynesian names like he was literally born on the island. I mean, that thing just rolls off his tongue with the, it's just like, I'm over here like, and he's over there just, makes me look bad. I can't pronounce those names, man. It's too many damn vowels. All right, the Eagles are going to take over here at the 25-yard line after Myers kicks goes through the back of the end zone. Not a lot of time on the clock when you consider no timeouts as it currently stands for this Eagle team. Hurts and shotgun. 3 wide receiver look here. He's going to drop back to pass. A lot of time in the pocket. He's going to complete that to Devontae Smith for a 15-yard gain and a first down. We do have a flag on the play. Givers, thank you for that $5 donation as well, man. Appreciate you. And they're going to say holding on the Seahawks will be declined. Big play there by the Eagles. They needed that. Get us 15 yards and out of bounds. Now up at the 40-yard line of the Seahawks. Only still a minute and 33 on the clock. Hawks show a blitz. Ball out of it. 4-man front. Hurts under pressure. Ball wobbles up in the air and he throws it out of bounds. Leonard Williams in pursuit, providing the pressure there. Second and 10. Here we go. Four-man look here for the Hawks. Second and 10. Ball tipped up into the air. And that will fall to the ground. Got their hand on that one. Was that Mafe? Mafe playing a pretty good half here. Getting his hand up, knocking it down. Got quite a few of those this year. Third and 10. Very important play in this football game. Hawks could get the ball back still with 2 minutes, still with 2 timeouts. Maybe not a lot of time, but still an ability to come up and still put some more points on if they get a stop here. This has been, though, a troubling spot for this Hawks defense so far today, even in third and longs. They're showing a blitz with Jordan Brooks. Might have shown it too early there. It looks like they picked it up. Nope. Drops back out. Good fake by Brooks. Hurts dropping back to throw. High errant pass. Incomplete there to A.J. Brown. Fourth down. Good stop by the defense. Well done. Well played. Very well played there by the defense. I like that. Lazy Dog's a nice shirt. Thank you, Lazy Dog. Good job of Trey Brown playing the ball there. Leonard Williams stunting around on the line again, providing some pressure from the inside. So Hawks offense will get it back with a chance to maybe do some damage here before the half. Damn it, DJ, can you please catch a ball for the love of God? You have one job back there. They punt the punt, you field the punt. They punt the punt, you field the punt. Letting the ball land in front of you and start to roll and roll and roll. Not what we pay you for. Come on, DJ. Come on. All right. Well, here we go. Maybe the Hawks can do a little bit of something here before the end of the half. 10-3. 2 timeouts. Minute 30 plus on the clock. Okay. Okay. We dancing? Come on, we dancing here? The Givers, thank you for the $2 donations. It's all good, man. Love your content. Keep it up. Well, thank you, Givers. I appreciate you, man. I really do. And it's very kind of you. It's not maybe not been the best of seasons for football in the field so far for us Hawks, but it's been a great season here in the chat with you guys. I really have loved doing these shows with you guys and watching these games together. You guys have me crack up basically the whole game watching these comments. Jeff O'Leary, thank you for the $5 donation. Says pick 6 time. Hell, he didn't give us a try on it on some of those throws from Hurts. That last one, especially to Brown, was a little bit too high for anybody to go get. But we could use a turnover in this game. A couple of those throws, Jeff, that have been tipped, where that ball goes up in the air, kind of hold your breath for a second, going, somebody come just get up under that and get a free run then to the end zone. And you just kind of wonder, who that kind of play could kind of change the trajectory of this game. The offense also has got a great chance here. Go get some points. You get back the ball after halftime. Then with a chance to go up. But I like your idea, Jeff O'Leary. Let's get a pick 6 in this game. That'll help everything out tremendously. You mean Niner fans we have tonight that are Seahawks fans? How many are throwing up in their mouths because they have to be fans of us tonight? I do get a little bit of enjoyment out of that. Drew Lock and company will come back out onto the football field. He's in shotgun with 3 wide here, 1st and 10, dropping back to pass. Quick throw underneath to Noah Fant. 4 or 5 yard completion. Oh, they'll give him 6 yards. Wow. 51 seconds to go here. Lock and shotgun. Drops back to throw. Just tosses it out of bounds. Lock's playing a little safe this half. He's playing not bad, but he is. They're going to discuss if this is intentional grounding. Just come down to the check down to Charbonnet, man. Yeah, they're going to give him an intentional grounding penalty here. And I think Lee. That's a boneheaded error. Boneheaded error there by Drew Lock. And Carroll's going to call a timeout so he can complain to the officials about how bad of a call it is. I don't know. And to me, it looked okay. I mean, he's in the tackle box and he's just throwing it away to no one. It looked kind of like a pretty straightforward call of, I don't know, maybe I'm seeing it rude. I don't see Locke trying to do much in pushing the ball up the field right now or taking any kind of risky throws throughout the first part of this half. It does seem a little bit like keep him in the box a little bit to prevent the turnover potential worthy play. But you're offensively going to need to do more than this to get this game won than just trying to kind of play it safe on the throws. Let the hose loose, you know what I mean? Turn the hose up. So 3rd and 14, 45 seconds to go. I guess they're not going to charge the Hawks a timeout. They had called timeout on the screen showing it was flash, but now they're showing there's 2 timeouts still with the Hawks. So I don't know what's exactly going on at this point. But 3rd 14 nonetheless after the deal. The Hawks are going to run the ball. Hawks are going to hit with holding on the play. What's awesome about this, though, is because they chose to hold on a running play where they weren't going to get the first down anyway. Now they stop the clock rather than run out the clock, which was the whole point of running the ball in the first place on 3rd and long instead of trying to throw the ball and actually get a first down. Holy mount. How dumb as a player do you need to be in that moment to hold there, not understanding the situation and what's going on? We're running this out. We're not getting the first on 3rd and 14. Just don't hold. It can be a loss of 3 yards on the play in the running game. It does not matter. All we're trying to do is run this out so we don't give the Eagles the ball back. That's the point of running this play. Whew, my goodness. This is not advanced football stuff here. This isn't like, well, they have to be taught and trained that by the coach, through all the, like, this is, what time it is when you get the run call there in the huddle as an offensive lineman on 3rd and 14 when you have 44 seconds to go in the game. The likelihood of you getting that first down is like a 1% chance. So just the onus on that point is run the clock out. Yikes. Morgan, just down it. Exactly, Morgan. Okay. 1st and 10. Hurts here now after Dixon's really nice kick. It's got them at the 31-yard line. They need probably about 30 yards of distance here to get themselves into field goal range. He's going to drop back to throw his Hurts and loop it up over the top. Dallas Goedert, who will be knocked out of bounds there by Mike Jackson, incomplete. Corey Olson with a $2 donation says, why did we run it on 3rd and 14? Yeah, because that's what they were trying to do, was that Carroll knew that the Eagles had no more timeouts remaining. So he can run that play, take all the rest of the time out in the half, and there's no chance that the Eagles offense can do anything on the other side of it. He gets the ball back at halftime and c'est la vie. But you get a holding call at that point, then it stops. Then even if it's declined to that point, the clock is still stopped. 22 seconds to go here, 2nd and 10 here for Hurts. He's going to get flushed from the pocket. He's still scrambling. 16 seconds to go here. He'll get out of bounds after a gain of about 6 or 7 yards. William Leonard with a $2 donation says, boo, boo, boo. I think I translated that message correctly. I think that was accurate. Did the Eagles just lose their long snapper? He kind of had a long snapper body being helped to the locker room there. You know what I'm talking about when I say long snapper body. You know what I mean? Don't act like you don't know what I mean. You know. Yeah. All right, 3rd and 4. Hurts dropping back to throw. Flushed from the pocket, looking back, looking forward, looking back. Tries to throw late there, and that ball will be incomplete. Good job by the Hawks defense to hold up here late in this half. Very nicely done. Mike Jackson's played a pretty good game here too as well. Arrived right when the ball did. Bang, play, bang, bang, play. Bang, bang. 4th and 4. DJ Dallas will let this just down and roll, and that will finish us up in this half of football. As the Seattle Seahawks are down at this point, 10-3, but not the worst thing, all things being considered, in how this has broken out. There's been some opportunity for the Hawks. They certainly have had some troubling spots, but overall, again, you're within one score in this game, and that's not too shabby. Third down efficiency, both teams not too bad. 5 of 10 for the Eagles, 3 of 7 for the Hawks. 169 total yards for the Eagles in the first half, only 90 yards for the Seahawks. Yard per play was pretty equal on this. 79 yards passing for the Eagles, 64 yards passing for the Hawks. Rushing is where the difference is really at, with 90 yards for the Eagles and only 26 yards for the Hawks, as running the ball continues to be an issue here in this first half for the Seahawks. Drew Lock, 10 of 14, 64 yards, only averaging 4.64 yards attempt. Really, it seems like trying to keep him a bit in the box in that first half, knowing that he has a little bit of that tendency to the turnover-worthy throw, and so trying to, limit that, it seems like, a little bit from their end of things. Walker, 7 carries, 21 yards. He's done with what he could do, much as it's been throughout this year. Charbonnet not any better at 2.5 yard per carry average on 2 carries himself, so nobody's really making much headway as far as that goes. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 3 receptions, 19 yards on 3 targets. DK Metcalf, 2 targets, 1 reception, 8 yards in that first half. For your Seahawks defense, Julian Love is your leading tackler with 7 tackles. Bobby Wagner right there with 6 behind him. No sacks in that first half. 3 passes defensed and no quarterback hits. So it's kind of in the first half. That's sort of what it is. The Eagles with a pretty big discrepancy in time of possession, almost 19 minutes of time of possession to the Seahawks, 11 minutes of time of possession. So it's been a little bit tough. A little bit tough on that front of things. Corey, thank you for that $2 dono. Duquan, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, we ran on 3rd and 14 because we're weak. Laughing out loud. Yeah, it's not a move you make because you're strong, Duquan, to your point. You don't do that move because you're just like, yeah, look at us flexing on you. We play without any fear. Bit of thing I've said oftentimes, that you can find it in varying elements and places on this team. There's a little bit more of a want to play not to lose than there is more of a play to win. Rather than going out there and saying, let's go get this 3rd and 14. Let's let Locke uncork the hose. Let's turn the water valve fully up. Instead of that, you go, no, let's see how we can kind of just bleed our way through this first half so we can just leave this first half only down by 7 points. There's things like this that I'll use the word again, proliferate this team all over the place in varying places, small details, big details, but across the board, where you just too often try to play it that way. And I don't think you can play football in this modern age to just try to get by, to just try to sort of just scratch yourself out barely past to win every week, because of your process. But thank you, Duquan. Well said. Very well said. Dark Joke with a $2 dono as well says, Pete is the best. We need to keep him forever. Just kidding. I'm kidding, but not really. No, I'm being serious. No, I'm not. I'm joking. No, but I'm being serious. He needs to go. He's got to go. No, I love him. He's awesome. Forever he should be here. Seahawks coach forever, Carroll. No, that's a joke. Obvious joke. Be gone him. I love it. Dark. Let's go. Mike Jackson did come to play today. How about Mikey J? Shamo. Yeah, I'm seeing notes here from the chat about conservative nature of the team in the first half. I'm feeling it myself. A little conservative there, offensively speaking. And not that you were super not conservative defensively. What did we blitz once that half? Thank you for the donations too, folks. Appreciate y'all. As well, do me a favor, folks. If you like what you're listening to today, please do hit that like button for me. I would really appreciate it. Well, we're in this game. We're dancing. We're at the dance. We're not dancing with the girl, but we're on the wall, okay? We're suited up. We got a corsage. What is that what they call it? We got our corsages in there, okay? We're scoping the floor, okay? Odds don't look great. We're scoping, okay? Little bit of a nod to let them know we got some rhythm, okay? Let them know what time it is, right? You ain't playing with some just geek over here on the wall. Like, we're ready to go. We're there. We're getting a little bit of that done. I'm feeling that flow tonight a bit. Maybe. I got a shot of Santa going through an empty New York Giants stadium looking sad. That was funny. He's just walking with his head down like this as he's walking in an empty Giants stadium. Oh, goodness. Is Brock Purdy really going to win the MVP? Is that really going to happen? Is that going to be a thing? I can't. Hold on one sec, folks. Right back real quick here. Do 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 do. Robert Jimenez, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, I want Christopher Walken, Al Pacino, and Nick Nolte on the first half. I've got you there, Robert. Wow, what a half. I brought my fireworks. Thought I'd go high in the air, boom. Explosions, bright lights. I like the 4th of July. I thought Hawks, Eagles, shootout. All day long. That's what we get. I love that. I see it. But no, instead, a defensive, begrudging contest exists now. Why? And want this. I want some passing. I want some scoring. Walken doesn't know how to do this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this game. Do I like it? Do I enjoy it? I don't know. But I'm going to watch it nonetheless. It maybe's good, I think. Let me ask, though, my man, Al Pacino, what do you think of this game, first half? What are your thoughts? Oh, this half. I'm going to tell you about this half. This is what football is based upon. You go out, you win, you beat them down, you win at the line of scrimmage. That's how it's done, I'm telling you. Listen to me, Christopher. Offense is for losers. Losers. Are you a loser, Mr. Walken? I'm not a loser, but Al, everyone likes offense. It's known. No, nobody likes offense. Defense, that's where it's at. I'm telling you, 2023, defense. Ask my friend, Nick Nolte. God damn it, don't ask me about it. God damn fucking son of a bitch. I don't care about this goddamn fucking thing. I'm hungry. Give me a drink. Give me a drink. Nick doesn't seem like he's got many thoughts today for you. I'm sorry, but Nick's a little angry. He likes offense too. Shut up. I'm telling you now. Defense. Walken, listen to me. This is what we're doing. Come on now. Do you believe? I believe with a couple of touchdowns. No, you believe just by believing. Just ask Nick. Don't ask me, goddamn thing. I want to chat about this. Nick's always a little bit angry. He's just always a little perturbed, you know? You can never catch Nick in a good mood, you know? I don't know what it is. I always check on Nick Nolte, and he's always just in a little bit of a he's always just in a bit of a state of mind, you know? I don't get it myself. I don't get it. You'd think the guy'd be happier, been a movie star. Get a little bit more smiley at times, but instead just swearing up a storm and angry as hell. He's watching the game, though, for the record. I think that's because somebody promised him some Jack Daniels if he did. Stimpy has been a member of the Hawks Nest for 4 long months. Thank you for that, Stimpy. How do you generally feel about Purdy? How good is he really? Is it the system or is it him? I don't have enough time to watch him much. I definitely have. I think I've been forced a little bit, Stimpy, to raise my feeling up on Brock Purdy and what I think about him and my outlook of him, and feeling like before it's just like there's a little bit of smoke and mirrors going on here. I think there's more than smoke and mirrors. There's some tangibility to it now that I have to acknowledge. I think it starts to get to an overstated point if you start talking about putting him into MVP talk. He's got, I think, a perfect setup for him at the quarterback position and his skill set to maximize his strengths and minimize his weaknesses. And we can get into a little bit of a semantical argument on this, because you can go to the San Francisco 49ers in the late 80s and with Montana, and you go, well, okay, Montana's got really good offensive line. He's got 2 great wide receivers he's thrown to. He's got Roger Craig. He's got Rathman back when they used fullbacks. Great fullback at the time. He had a good defense on the other side of it. He had a genius level offensive coach on the sidelines. Why is this not an equivalent to that? Why is this not the same of with Purdy now and dealing with that? And to that, I say that maybe there's a little bit of a fair point to that. It doesn't quite feel the same to me. It doesn't quite feel like you have in Purdy a guy with the talent that Montana has. I think for his day, Montana had a stronger arm. Maybe Purdy's got a little bit more mobility, but Montana's ability with his arm strength and throwing with anticipation, I think, was kind of almost second to none in NFL history in certain respects. Not arm strength wise, but just in the ball placement, accuracy, throwing, in the perfect spot to put his guy in a position to still make the catch and then get the yak yardage after the catch. Purdy's got some echoes of that to his game. It's just not quite there. And so it's really, to me, the confluence of all those things working together. It's the talent he has. It's the scheme he's placed in. It's the, one of the brighter minds on the offensive side of the ball that we have in the NFL in Shanahan. And it all is working together to allow him to flourish. But I think it's all of that. And if you asked him to be in any other offense, I think in the NFL, I think that he would be far more removed from where he's at. And that's really kind of ultimately what puts me to where I think he's a really good quarterback and certainly has become now maybe one of the better ones, top 10 in the sport is certainly a fair thing to maybe say. But boy, is it hard to peel apart between him, talent, scheme, coach. It all just goes together. It's after you're looking after it's all fully baked, trying to figure out which of the ingredients had the biggest, most maximum impact. Kivers, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Appreciate that, Kivers. We'll be having a PFF scores out for members of the channel tomorrow, so keep an eye out if you're a member of the channel, for your community post. Also, we'll be doing Thursday-only member stream during Thursday night football, so keep an eye out for that as well, as we will be doing that here in a couple of days. So thank you, Kivers. Appreciate you for that and for all your donations today. So we're going to get the start now here of the third quarter. Hawks are going to take over after the kickoff here, which will go end over end through the back of the end zone. Dark Joke, thank you for another $2 donation. It says, I don't care if we lose anymore. Just feed DK, please. That's all I'm asking for as well. Let's get him some more targets, more than, for instance, just 2 this half, right, Dark? And it's been an issue and a problem at times for this team over and over again, where they will just surprisingly, time and time again, decide to be dissuaded from going at and really working DK Metcalf and really trying to utilize him to the utmost. And you hope that they maybe start to find some answers here, especially knowing this is a game. There wasn't any Darius Slay, but they haven't really done a lot of featuring or trying to target him to begin things so far here. Let's see how the next half goes, though, but I agree with you. First play here by Drew Lock. They're going to throw a little play out in the flat here to Kenneth Walker. He's going to take it up for a gain of 8 or 9 yards. Nice job there by Kenneth. Good opening first down play. Barry Satoro, thank you for the $10 donation. Pete used to be hard. Now he just feels like Limpy Pete. Limpy Pete should use his imagination and get hard again. He's just in a refractionary period. Second down give here into Kenneth Walker inside. He'll take it up in for 3-yard gain and a first down. That's all it is, Barry. We're just in a refractionary period, you know? And the equivalent of NFL refractionary period to real life is if it's 15 minutes real life, then it's 10 seasons in football. All right, we got Drew back under center here on 1st and 10. He's going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. Fant goes in motion. Gibbs going to be inside here to Walker. Walker takes a moment to dance through, finding his way, and is finally slung down to the ground after a nice little gain there, staying on his feet, keeping his feet moving. He extended that run by a good 3 yards with the effort. Nice job there by Kenneth Walker. This will bring up second down and short. Nice block there by Fant on Hassan Reddick as well. Well done. Second down and 3. Lock and shotgun. Drops back to throw. Looking. Comes out wide to Walker again. Walker gets free. He's loose up the football field, still on his feet. Nice gain of 12 yards. Walker showing you that he can make a man miss in a phone booth. Had no space and 2 defenders right next to him, but was able to just slide free of them with some subtle moves. That's tough. You got to break 2 tackles there. Hard to bring down, this kid is. First and 10. Hawks on the Eagles side of the field, just past the 50-yard line. Lock back under center again. Gives in to Charbonnet here inside. Charbonnet working his way through. Seahawks offensive line starting to open some holes up inside here this third quarter. Barry Sotoro, thank you for that $10 donation again, man. And there was a time where Pete was a little bit more of a hard-nosed for that being. Known for that being, who his teams were. They may not be fancy, but they will absolutely smack you in the mouth. You're going to feel it after you play them. And I don't know if that's as much as what teams say when they necessarily play us at times. That's definitely, I think, kind of true. Second down and 4 now. A lot of lock under center in this game. Liking to see that. 3 wide receiver look here. Give his back into Charbonnet again here. He's picking his way through traffic inside, and he's going to find himself a first down on a 5-yard run. Hawks leaning on that running game here. First and 10, pistol look here with Drew Lock. Bubble screen out to Jake Bobo. Jake Bobo pulled down quickly. He will gain him about 4 yards here on the play, though. Bobo almost got free of that tackle. Second down and 6. 3-man backfield here for Lock and a pistol look. Play action. Throws it out there to Fant. Fant makes the catch, and then he's going to be knocked out of bounds just short of the first down markers. And this will bring up 3rd and short. Are we going to get a little brotherly shove from the Seattle Seahawks? A little tit for tat. Here we go here. Quick snap to Walker. Walker in space, breaks one tackle. He's back in the open field. He's got blockers out in front. Walker still keeping his feet. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker picking his way through traffic, cutting it back across the board. Drew Lock out in front with an envoy of blockers and gets in there nearly untouched at the end. A wonderful play and a touchdown for your Seattle Seahawks. What a nice little play design here for your Seahawks. You start out with the two tight ends in the shotgun look. They're to the right of Drew Lock. You've got Kenneth Walker to the left. It's going to look to a little bit to the Eagles like maybe this is a pass play, or that's going to be run to the left side. Instead, you got Walker coming back to the right, back to the flow of the two tight end blockers. And then because it's a cutback play, you've also added Drew Lock into the mix, who's down there blocking out in front with some effort as well. Just a kind of a cavalcade of blockers going down there at that point, and it made it a lot easier run for Walker at the end of that, as he had a lot of blockers. But a great play design there by Shane Waldron. MJ Seahawks says, "There we go. Use our running backs." There you go. They showed you right there on that drive how 2 second-round running backs can bring an impact, didn't they? Both of those guys intermixing, and that was basically a drive on the back of your two running backs. But those guys showed you what kind of talent they've got, what they can possess there on that drive to bring it. And they just haven't always had the commitment there, but we also haven't always had the blocking. Got to give props to the blockers on that drive as well, and opening up some holes on that drive in the ground game to allow some of that to flourish a bit. Give those guys a little bit of room, and certainly not any of the early penetration we've seen at times where they just have a guy right there in their face right after the snap and there's nowhere to go. MJ Seahawk, I loved it, man. Thank you for the $5, and it's great to see him bringing it back in. Also is going to help out a little bit on that defense now, maybe giving that D a little bit of chance to balance out the scales on this time of possession game, so we don't find ourselves into the early fourth quarter where our defense is just completely gassed at that point. The Kivers, thank you for another $5 donation. Kivers, Purdy's good, not great, but flashes of great. There are at least a dozen quarterbacks in the league who would be MVP candidates on that same roster. Great way of putting it, Kivers. I appreciate the donation, but I really appreciate the comment as well, as I'm in full agreement of it. There's nothing in that I can't say that I don't see as well. He certainly does things in moments that are not your traditional great things quarterbacks do, so that it's not always as easy to see. Subtle movement in the pocket, subtle feel in the pocket, processing through a bit faster on a play to get to necessarily the right read. Little things with him sometimes, but he's good. He's a good player, but not great. And I think the way you put that is right. I think a good number of quarterbacks in this league and put them on that roster and they can put up an MVP season. I don't think that I can take him and put him on other teams. And I don't think that there's many teams in the league that he's necessarily going to go out there and raise the level of the cast around him. I think it's more of the reliant on the cast around him, so to speak. But whether it is or it isn't, it can help bring them in this situation. At the bottom line, truly an opportunity here to go and get a Super Bowl win this season. I mean, this looks as good a year for them as any to go out there and take that now in this time. And they're certainly deep into that Super Bowl window. So you start to get into a little bit of the now or never kind of mentality, which can only just drive that sense of urgency that much harder. All right, so the Hawks tie this game up. Find themselves back in here with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Eagles will come back out on the field to take over. Hurts 9 of 17 for 79 yards and 35 yards rushing in the first half. DeAndre Swift, 10 carries for 36 yards, 1 reception for 6 yards. So the Seahawks have done a pretty good job of both bottling up DeAndre Swift and A.J. Brown, who's only got 3 catches for 30 yards. So not too shabby when it comes to that. Givers, great thoughts on that stuff, man. I'm with it on Purdy. So that's definitely my standing. Definitely my standing. He does got some moments. He flashes some stuff. Then he has some moments that arm strength where you're like, yeah, that NFL arm is going to struggle at times. 1st and 10 here. Hurts and shotgun. Dropping back to pass. Throw a little out route here to Devontae Smith. He gets dropped out of bounds by Mike Jackson physically, but not before he gets 9 yards. Comes up smiling after the tackle. Devontae goes out at about 175 pounds on the football field. Kind of easy to ragdoll him around a little bit. but he's a hell of a receiver. 2nd and 1. Quarterback play action out wide there. Hawks were all over it aggressively. It's like Boye Mafe closed down quickly when Hurts kept it. V-Ray, we got Mafe actually keeping the edge there. If you're listening. Actually keeping the edge on that play. Forcing then Hurts to throw the ball faster than he wanted to, and then forcing him to throw it errantly as well. Unfortunately, now this brings up the 3rd and 1 brotherly shove special for the Eagles. Oh boy. No, they're going to hand it off. They're going to hand it off instead. And first down, but we do have a flag on the play on the handoff. Seahawks are signaling that it's on the Eagles. Wow, did the Eagles just overthink that one? No, it's on Seattle. Okay. Got my hopes up. They're saying illegal hands to the face by Draymond Jones on the play. Carroll's beckoning the refs as he has throughout this game, saying, "You didn't see that?" Where was he trying to get the call from? I don't know what Carroll was trying to get the call on. I mean, Brooks is being blocked up cleanly on the side. 1st and 10. Play action. Hurts dropping back to throw. He's going to get flushed from the pocket here. And he's out in front, and he'll get a 13-yard gain on the scramble. Barry Sotoro, thank you for the $10 donation. He says, I have a compliment for Drew Lock. Great block downfield. Yeah, way to finish on that one, right, Barry? That's how you finish as a blocker. He kind of led the final good block down there. 1st down and 10. The give is inside here to DeAndre Swift. He'll take it for a 6-yard gain upside. Big hole up in underneath there for the Eagles. Barry, the best throw he's made all day. Thank you for the tenner, Barry. I hope you're having a great night, man. All right, we got the Seahawks, the Eagles now in their territory at the 40-yard line. Hurts back in shotgun here. 3 wide look, drop it back to throw. Hawks bringing a blitz, run a little bit of a screen play. Leonard Williams is all over it, snuffing that one out. DOA by the big cat. Completely feeling where that screen was going, and he found it and brought it to the ground for a negative gain play. Leonard Williams having another very good game here today. Hawks were bringing Wags on the blitz, and Williams didn't overshoot his gap. He was being smart, paying attention, keeping his head up. That's a smart vet play there by Leonard Williams. Let's go. Yeah, let's go, Leonard. 3rd down and 9. Empty look to start things out here for the Eagles. Hawks showing a single high safety look on the back end of things. Hurts is going to let it rip wide outside. 1st down. A.J. Brown with a catch. Trey Brown in coverage. Brown stumbled a little bit out of his break. First and 10. Bubble screen out here to Dallas Goedert. Great job by Mike Jackson to play the screen physically off the edge. He's having a really good game as Mike Jackson. And he puts that to rest quickly, that play. Devontae Smith is not going to block Mike Jackson. That's 6'3", 210 on 6 foot 175. That ain't gonna work. 2nd and 13. Clock rolling as this game's flying past. Hurts drops back to throw. Completes it to Dallas Goedert for a 7 or 8 yard gain there. So bring up a 3rd and short. Wu-Tang Financial, thank you for the $10 donation. This Running the Rock is back, baby. Is back in, baby. It's the new hotness, Wu-Tang. You know, it's the new trendsetter. It's the new fashion everyone's wearing. 3rd down and 3. Quarterback keeper here by Hurts as he rolls out, looking to pass or maybe run. He's got an either-or option. Ends up finding Devontae Smith for the catch for a 1st down. Nice throw there by Hurts. Put that in a really good spot. 1st and 10, 1st and goal from the 9. Hurts and shotgun. Give is inside here to Swift. Swift. 9-yard gain there, all the way up to the 1-yard line. Second and goal, 4:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Brotherly push look here from the Eagles. They're going to go right up in the middle, and they're going to get it. I mean, it's an automatic almost play, it seems like, and they get it here. So touchdown, they answer back the Seahawks touchdown with one of their own. And the Eagles take the lead, 16-10. But Wu-Tang, great to see them run the ball last drive, man. I loved it. Especially staying with the commitment with it when it was working. You know, don't run away from it, literally. Don't run away from it if it's going, if it's doing well. Just an impossible play to stop. It's hard to get too mad at the brotherly shove play. Just once if they get in those mode, they just seems like they're just always in a 3rd and 1 too. It's not only are they automatic with that play, but they just always are in these 3rd and 1s. It seems like constantly. Rough drive answer in there. Not an answer. Kind of more of a question. We're a defense? Jordan, thank you for the $5 donation. He says, Pete benches the players he threw under the bus, and shocker, same result, because it's the scheme that is failing. It's where we come back to on it, Jordan. You know, that's the eternal debate that's broken out, and we'll go on through this offseason depending on how the situation is addressed or not addressed. But, you know, players or scheme becomes one of the bigger debating points in the fan base right now. And you do have your Coach Carroll folks that fully support him in kind of every way, or for the most part, at least fully support him, who will say, it is just the players. This is they're not doing the things right. They're not doing the scheme called as he's trying to call them to do it. They're not getting to the places he tells them to go. And then the people on the other side that are a little bit like you and me, Jordan, that go, no, the bigger issue play is the scheme. That's the thing holding it back before you get to players. You can get to the players and fix that too. That isn't that can't be addressed with it, but it certainly isn't an either or thing. And it's really hard to see how it is the players being the biggest problem at hand at this point. Beyond just them moving out, like you talk about, Jordan, different starters this week and throwing those other players under the bus in the way that they might have done. You've also turned through this defense a multitude of times here since the Legion of Boom era and still found these similar kind of results. And that does, if that's not a clear indication that there's a schematics failing within what you do in your X's and O's and what the positions you're putting your players on the defensive side of the ball, I don't kind of know what is. Thank you though for that $5 dono, brother. Appreciate you. Here we go. K-Jab is one really benched. Well, he's played a little bit out there, but they've not had him out a lot of time. Mike Jackson has been out there more. It looks like you've got Artie Burns out there for Devon Witherspoon. I've seen a little bit of Kobe Bryant out there for Jamal, and then we're getting Mike Jackson out there for Tariq. Looks like most of the changes that have been implemented today. See if the offense can keep pace here. Maybe they found a little bit of footing on this last drive, found a little bit of something that might work here now as we go forward on this game. A lot of football left to play. A lot of football left to be played here. 4:43 to go in the third quarter. Hawks down 10-17 at home. Are we going to get this dub? Can we get this win? Can you help us get this win? You're sleeping, you're not watching, you're not helping us get the win right now. We need some help. Come on. You can do this. Okay. You can go back to sleep. But just if you can think a little bit about us winning, that'd be great. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. First and 10 here for the Hawks. Pistol look for Block. He's going to set up here to throw. Oh, he's going to unleash the hose. Unleash the hose. Tyler Lockett knocked down. No call. Boy, Lockett got held at the top of the route. Even before the play gets to the point of the feet tangling up, Lockett is shaking his head because he got his arm tugged at the top of the route, which stopped him from getting more separation there and didn't go called. Inside run here to Walker on 2nd and 10. 2nd and long. Seahawks love to run the ball. It's definitely a tendency, and the Eagles are on it. 3rd down and 1 yard gain. This will bring up 3rd and 9. Well, I woke you up, didn't I? I woke you up, huh? Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Third down and 9. Block back in shotgun here. Pass rush coming. Pass rush ferociously right in the face of Locke. That's as bad as maybe he's had to deal with all night. Everybody seemed like they were on gangbusters on that play. Getting back there and getting it done. And the Eagles will get the sack, and the turnover is on downs. Okay. I hear you. A punt here by Dixon will send him back to the 20-yard line where the Eagles will take over with 3:09 to go. Eagles up 17-10. Michael Hyde, thank you for the $5 donation. Personally, I think the quarterback position, he says, coordinators, head coach, and safeties are dragging all the other positions down. I mean, I'm willing to throw the quarterback in there if you include those other three, Michael. I can come to that compromise type state. I'm willing to certainly offload in the other way of things with that, like you're talking about. So, you know, you can certainly sign me up for get it. Yeah, all those other things are certainly the big problems I see as well at this point. Safety position, their level of play, how much you're investing into it, how much assets that's already eaten up. And yeah, coordinators and coaches, who knows where what begins on a coach having too much control or not having, trying to say too much, or maybe they're just bad coordinators, but it's not working. It's not working. And it's one reason I think that you see your comment, or you see many different comments on just the folks that have put donations into the chat tonight, who feel very much in a unison of voice that, this thing is in a sort of broken beyond all repair kind of feel to it. And that the repair that will need to come down is you're going to need to scrap the whole engine. You ain't going to need to try to fix the engine. The engine's toast. You can put in new spark plugs and add this valve here and do all that. But at the end of the day, it just needs a whole new fresh engine. And I think that's where we get to, Michael, is that when I come to where we're going to probably land on the season, where it seems to track and trend towards, it is one for me that is, this just needs to be reset. We need to get kind of a fresh, new set of eyes, a fresh view and outlook on this thing. Just something a little bit new and fresh to go off of with this, because we're just going down the same road. We're ending up down the same dark alley, and we're getting mugged, and we keep walking down that same alley, thinking it's not going to happen tonight. No, I can take the shortcut. I can take the shortcut. No, you can't. He's going to be down there with his knife and his backup 22, and he's going to take your damn wallet once again. And that's what it feels like it's going down. That's what's happening, Michael. Thank you for the donation. Duquan with the $2 dono says, put in Geno. Feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that one. Block's having a bit of a game so far today here. It's been a bit of an uphill battle here for Drew. Doesn't seem like he's been under a tremendous amount of pressure. All right, first down, read option, carry out a shotgun to the back. Good job by Darrell Taylor in there to make a play. Ooh, Lane Johnson just went down and grabbed his ankle. Not a good sign. He is down on the turf, still not moving, and that is not a good sign for the Eagles. The big man's okay. Hope the big man is okay. Sanchez with a $2 donation says, take out lock. You got to ride or die on this one, Sanchez. Nope, no bailing now. If I got to stay on the Geno bandwagon throughout the year, you got to ride on the lock bandwagon. It's tit for tat, my man. We're riding, whether we're on the 4 wheels or 3, we're riding this down the hill at the 90-degree angle. There's trees at the bottom, and we're riding side to side here, okay? You're on your lock bandwagon. I'm on my Geno. Yeah. We're going to get down that hill one way or the other, man. Maybe not in one piece. Might end up like Leonard Skinner's plane after any of that fall. The Kibbers, thank you for the $5 donation. And he says, new and fresh. You mean Mike McDaniel? Guten Tag. I mean, hello. Sorry. I've been in Germany for a while. Hey, man, it happens, man. You got to acclimate to the culture. What are you going to do? Even if you don't want it, just naturally starts to, you're like, yes, could I have one of those hot Wiener Schnitzels? Wait, what did I just say? No, I want a hot Wiener Schnitzel. What did I just? Hot dog. Wiener Schnitzel. I can't stop saying it. But yeah, Mike McDaniel. I've been a guy that said I've certainly got a preference for maybe a certain type of coach, but it doesn't have to be that. I can think outside the box on this one. It doesn't have to be just this certain exact coach, but give me somebody with some more forward-thinking thought process in their approach. Ooh, yeah. Lane Johnson got his ankle rolled up. It's not good. At least he's up on his feet, which is good news for Eagle fans, because might have a high ankle sprain that he's dealing with over there, but that's not an Achilles, which means potentially can come back for them at least by the playoffs, but that's going to hurt him for this game. 2nd down and 8 now for the Eagles here. Hurts back in shotgun, 3 wide receiver looks. Seahawks showing a too high safety look on the other side of it. I woke you up, didn't I? False start there by the Eagles. Jordan Brooks was showing a little bit of a blitz look, and it got Dickerson a little bit jumpy down on the inside of the line. Johnson coming back out. What a tough guy. Those ankle injuries hurt like hell, man. If you've been on a basketball court and you've had your ankle rolled like that, it's the pain initially is just about the worst thing you've ever felt. It starts to go away after about 45 seconds. But for about 45 seconds, you're like, oh my, this is my new reality. 2:31 to go. Eagles on the 18-yard line, their own territory. Empty look, 2nd and 13 here for Hurts. He'll drop back to pass, looking short, flushed from the pocket. He's got a long time here to roll through, and finally takes it forward for a gain of about 4 yards. This will bring up about a 3rd and long, though. But Givers, yeah, give me something fresh and new. Give me something that's got a little bit of an outside-the-box thinking, and it doesn't mean it's got to be a guarantee to work, but it's something different than trying the same application of the same method for years on end. You're very demanding right now, aren't you? Shouldn't have woken you up. Never wake up an orange kitty. It's like tugging on Superman's cape. 3rd down and 8. Too high safety look for the Seahawks here. A lot of guys near line of scrimmage, they're bringing a blitz. Eagles look like they pick it up, and the ball's thrown away. Look at that, the benefits of blitzing. You've had some 3rd and longs in this game where the Seahawks, like this, in these situations, have decided to draw in with a 4-man front, go into max coverage in the back end, try to squeeze down the holes. What did we see happen? The Eagles have a lot of early conversions on the back of that. Here, they bring not just 1 extra man, but 2 extra men on the blitz, and you get Hurts rushed a little bit in his throw. Tries to just kind of throw a prayer then out to A.J. Brown, and it's not even close to being completed on the play. The benefits of blitzing. Something Seattle should really, one of those places that you could definitely stand to lean into a little bit more because you're very successful when you do utilize it. Here is a return by DJ Dallas. He'll get about 2 or 3 yards there. Okay. Dark Joke, thank you for another $2 donation. Says, Big Penix next season for the Hawks. Let's go. It's possible. It's possible, Dark Joke. I'll say this. I like Penix, but the one thing you got to do in tandem with Penix if you're going to draft him is you've got to commit to building up the offensive line. You've got to commit to having top-notch pass protectors across the board. You got 2 of them right now in Lucas and Cross that can make it happen, but that means you need to address the other 3. I think it's an Oluwatimi's bag to be that guy. I don't know for sure. And they got to know for sure if they're going to make that big selection of Penix to be that guy kind of moving forward. So I'm okay with it. I love Penix's game. I'm a left-handed guy too. So I love me my lefties. Even though I'm also kind of like, anti-lefties because we look kind of funky throwing the football. It's not always, it's kind of awkward sometimes with us. I don't know why. Call it what you will. But he's got a big arm, and nobody's made more big-time throws the last 2 college football seasons than Michael Penix. We've already got big Dixon energy. Why don't we get some big Penix energy? Oh, jeez. Barry Satoro, thank you for the $5 donation and all your donos tonight. It says, can we fire Limpy Pete just for having DJ Dallas as a punt returner? Did you just notice that subtle thing there with Dallas, Barry, where he almost fumbled it, trying to change the hands of after he made the catch of the ball? That's a little bit what slowed him down from getting up the field there momentarily. He was like, oh, Jesus. Oh, no, go. He got it back into his hands just in time to get upfield for 2 or 3 yards after the punt. But hey, at least he caught it, man. At least he didn't let it jump field in front of him and roll for another 35 yards. And I'll say that, Barry. The punt return has been a weird one for years. Since Lockett kind of couldn't do it anymore, they've never really looked out there to find a real true answer for a guy that could go back there and get it done. They've always kind of tried to make somebody do it who really wasn't a natural at doing it. And you always kind of feel I'm way uneasy with Dallas back there. He freaks me out because he looks so uncomfortable. A.J. Brown getting a little bit in a tiff. First and 10, hand off to Kenneth Walker. He's still on his feet. What a hell of a run there by Walker. He got through a pile of bodies and somehow broke free to the left. There was no way it looked like he had any business breaking those tackles and getting free. Completely was caught in almost a net of guys right there. 2, 3 guys around him and just spins out of the tackle. What a great run there by Walker. Walk back out there out front, lead blocking like a fullback. 2nd down and 3. 53 seconds to go. Walker's had a really good half here. Just the first half, only 7 carries, 21 yards. Second half, 5 carries, 40 yards. Coming alive. 2nd down and 3. Parkinson goes in motion. Misses block. Walker's cooking now. You can feel it on some of these carries. He's starting to feel it a little bit. Great cut there after he got the ball. It got right upfield for a gain of 10. Keep the run game going, Shane. Right up the middle here. Nice blocking both by the guard and Disley there to free that up. Walker now over 100 scrimmage yards in this game. And the Hawks are going to go ahead and let this clock wind out as we will go into the 4th quarter with the Hawks down 10-17, but finding themselves around the midfield stripe with a first down here on this opening of the 4th quarter. The Givers, thank you for another $2 dono. Because I was thinking we'd be better off with Lockett. I thought that way for a while, Kivers. He didn't look as comfortable back there doing it when we put him back to do the duties. I think it was last year. If you remember, he had I think a couple of fumbles last year. One where the guy hit him right after he caught it and the blocker kind of like threw the guy into him. It wasn't really as much Lockett's fault. Another one where Lockett just purely dropped it. So he may not be as comfortable anymore in that role. And that's, I think, a little bit of, they certainly moved him out of it to try to do a little bit of preservation for him. And he's gotten injured doing it before prior to. But to your point, at least, he would make me feel a little bit more like he's more sure-handed back there and fielding those duties than DJ. Or DJ's back there, and I feel like I can feel DJ's hands shaking like this as every punt's about to come down. You know what I mean? This is how I feel like his hands are. Watch closely on DJ Dallas in the next punt return. This is what I think you'll see. But yeah, that's probably the one thing preventing them a little bit with Lockett is the preservation and the fact when you did have him do it a little bit last year, it wasn't a real clean, easy fit there. You know what I mean? Like it was it kind of got clunked up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Thank you, though, Kivers, for all your donations tonight. I don't have the link ready yet here, guys. I got to get the link, presume, put through. But we will be doing, of course, a post-game Bleacher Report over on the Bleacher Report side of things right after the game. So I will post that on the community post. So just look under your YouTube community post. I'll be popping that underneath there over on the Bleacher Report side of things as soon as the game wraps up. So do please... feel free to catch me over on that side of things. If you've got the other prior links, those links will probably take you to the channel if you've clicked them before. So those will send it to you too as well. But we'll be doing a quick half-hour post-game show over on the Bleacher Report following this game. 17-10. Seahawks are down in this one. Trying to make it happen here against a tough Eagles football team. Lock here at the 50-yard line. Walker in the backfield. Too high safety look. Give inside here to Walker. Walker still on his feet. He's cooking and going. Just give that young man the football. Give that young man the football and let him cook. Let him cook. I don't care if it takes 40 carries at this point. Make it happen. 9 yards on the gain there by Walker. Nice play. Wow, he stretched that one out. 2nd down and 1. These last two drives here by the Hawks have been built around that rushing attack here. Eagles bringing an extra guy in the box now. Walker still able to get the first down. The Eagles have been staying up in the too high safety look for a big part of this game, challenging the Hawks to then with a light box run the ball. Hawks have leaned into that. You saw there finally the Eagles starting to maybe draw a guy up in the box here now a little bit more. First and 10. 3-man backfield here for Locke. Play action pass. Throws it out to Disley. Disley cutting it back inside there. Nice little catch. Gets a couple extra yards after it for a good little gain there. 6 yards. I'll give him 4, I guess. I was giving him a little bit much. I was trying to give Uncle Will a couple extra there. Second down and 6. 13:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Seahawks at the 39-yard line. Eagles territory. Lock back in shotgun. Dropping back to pass. He's looking. He's got Tyler Lockett. Lockett swung down to the ground after the catch. Short little gain of about 5 yards will bring up third and a long one. I don't think Tyler was able to get that ball in real cleanly after the catch. He kind of had a little slight bobble. No, maybe not. I thought he brought it in. Good tackle there by Bradbury. Third and 1. Lock under center. Lockett going in motion. Drew's going to change the play at the line of scrimmage here. Parkinson now goes in motion. Play comes back into Walker. Eagles had it fully read up the whole way there. Great play by Morrow there for the Eagles. He just flashed in that hole. The linebacker did. Great job on his point of filling that gap. Great play on his part. He read the audible all the way. And Bradford never got down to him from the guard position. That's his block. But he jumps the hole so quick there. Bradford never has a chance to get to the block. Seahawks on 4th and 2 now. We're going to go for it here. Lock back in shotgun. Trips to the far side of the field. Eagles showing a pressure-based look, and the Hawks are going to burn a timeout. We've seen them do that in this situation. Boy, you hate to do that here, don't you? And you just think it comes back to a little bit of the coaching staff unsure of if they really want to go for it there or not in that moment, and that takes them that extra long period of time to get to a play. You decide on the prior play if you're in a 2-down mode or not, so that you don't have to be thinking about it then on that play. But that's what's going down at times when you see these late timeouts as the play clock's winding down. Just some confusion as to what we want to do. Fourth and 2. We got DK Metcalf out there with 2 targets so far in this game. You look to feature him here. Indeed, they do. DK pulled down to the ground. We're going to get a pass interference here on Bradbury. See if the officials do keep it or wave it off. Sometimes we've seen they'll wave these off. You got Nick Sirianni saying, "No way. No way." A lot of discussion, a lot of talk. Is it, isn't it? Let's see here. Yes, it is going to be on the Eagles. It looked like he did the old drape move. Said, "Hey, DK, do you mind if I play like curtains on your back?" It's not blatant, I'll say that. But he does get the hook arm in there. And that hook arm is going to be one that the officials are usually going to be looking at or looking for. I know. First and 10. Good long drive here by the Hawks, whose defense has got to be starting to suck a little wind on their side of things. Lock back under center. Pitch play. Walker gets bounced into by his own guy after the snap. Keeps his feet. Gets out of bounds, but it is going to be a negative 4 or 5 yard run there, as penetration was in the backfield quickly on that play. Second and 14. Do not run this ball. You can't run this here. DK Metcalf on the bubble. DK getting a little bit of run up the field. Nice job there. There's a manufactured touch on DK with a little screen. And DK gets it up the football field for a makeable third down now. Nicely done. Gets the defensive end getting up the field too much there. And Josh Sweat. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of that aggressiveness. Good call. Third down and 2. Blitz look. Double A gap pressure mugged out. Coming out of it here. Incomplete pass. Drew Lock was under a ton of heat there by Jalen Carter off the snap. Carter right there in the backfield. Anthony Bradford just got complete. Bradford's had a couple of rough snaps in this drive, but he just got kind of embarrassed by Carter on that play. All right, 4th and 2 here for the Hawks. Can they get their second 4th down conversion here on this drive? Lock and shotgun. He's got an empty look here. Eagles showing blitz. I don't think they're bringing it, though. No, they're dropping out. And we got a timeout called here, it looks like. Did the Hawks just blow another timeout? Oh, maybe the Eagles are challenging that this was a sack. It's good by the challenge by the Eagles if they're challenging this, because that's looks like it's going to get overturned. And overturned, Seahawks might just take the field goal now then at that point. That takes it from being a 4th and 2 to a 4th and 8. Yeah, the knee's down there on that play. So we're down to one timeout here now, are the Seahawks. Philly will get the challenge, and so we're going to attempt to see if we can get Jason Myers out here to kick this now. 4th and 9, as that did change the perspective on whether you go for it or not there. Myers having a rough year. 43-yard attempt here. What is taking so long? What do the officials have to discuss? There's so much times officials now in modern NFL have to spend so much time talking and discussing, like there's a million things on the field. Like Is it a 43-yard attempt or not here? What are we doing? .43-yard field goal attempt here for Jason Myers. Snap is down, hold is down, kick is up, and it's good. There we go. Jason Myers gets the few, so 17-13 Seahawks. We are within 4 points. Okay. Jordan says if that doesn't get Pete fired, I don't know what will. And Jordan's referencing the fact Pete calls the timeout as the Eagles are just about to challenge the kick anyway, and so he essentially blows the timeout for nothing at that point. Yeah, Jordan. It was just... yeah. Uh-huh. It's bad looks on there. Use of timeouts, another spot with this team that sometimes gets real frustrating as we just use them like we got 6 of them a half rather than 3 of them. Wiz, you hate me? We still do need a touchdown at this point. So we were talking about a pick 6 earlier. Who was mentioning the pick 6 earlier? Maybe it's time for pick 6 city. You know what I mean? I'll be right back here, folks. 1 second, please. Duquan, thank you for a $5 donation. Just going to take a second to facepalm Pete calling a timeout, allowing the Eagles to challenge. Jeez, Alzheimer's is hitting Pete hard. Yeah, I don't, and they already did it like the previous, on that drive too. It's like he did it twice that drive. It, like, as I was saying about the previous timeout they had called in that situation, you decide on the third down prior to the third down call whether or not you're telling your offensive coordinator you're in 2-down territory or not. If you get 3 yards on this play, we're going to go for it on 4th. If it's 3rd and short, we're going to give it a try here. You don't then turn that over in your mind post the 3rd down play to the point of you burn the play clock out because you can't figure out what you want to do. And it's kind of what they did, it seems like, twice on that drive to get themselves in a position of calling both of those 2 timeouts. And it's silliness. It's really silliness. You can't be that reactive and just, in a game like this, when you're going to need those timeouts, where it's going to come down to needing that to stop the clock, to give your offense another try, a chance at some point in this game, you can't make those mistakes as a coaching staff. And that's not players' mistake. That's a coaching staff mistake all the way down the line. Duquan, he gets the double face palm on that one. Not just the single Captain Picard meme one. It's the double one. The double. All right. Hurts in shotgun now. He's going to quickly pass this up over the middle to A.J. Brown, who will take it for a 15-yard gain on the slant route. Thank you, Duquan, for your donations tonight, man, and all your support of the channel. We got some facepalm memes in this channel, in the chat. Oh. First down and 10. Again, Hurts in shotgun here, 3 wide. The give is going to be inside to DeAndre Swift. He's picking away around the line of scrimmage, looking for some room. Doesn't get a lot, but makes a little with a lot. 3 or 4 yard gain there. 9:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. Seahawks down 13-17, looking for their defense to stand tall in this moment and give their offense a chance. 2nd and 5. Too high safety look from the Hawks, 4 wide receiver look from the Eagles. Little blitz there, completed inside to Devontae Smith. He'll be wrapped up right there, but that will be a first down catch for the Eagles. Eagles on the Seahawks side of the field quickly here at the 45-yard line. Play action pass. Hurts drops back to throw. He's going to let it loose deep. He's looking for his man Brown, and that ball's going to be picked off. Not intercepted by Julian Love. Perfect picture technique on the back end. Wasn't Brown. I'm sorry, different receiver down there, but Love did a great job of pinning the man to his back shoulder by just, you're not using your hands or anything like that. It's just you're shielding him in your technique, keeping his eyes on the ball and making a play when this defense desperately needed to do so for this offense. They did their job here in this half, keeping you in this game as this defense, and throughout, keeping this Eagles offense down where they've kept them, I think. It's not been a great game defensively, don't get me wrong, but they're giving your offense a chance here. Tremendous play by Julian Love, though. That's a safety downfield playing like a cornerback. Eagles haven't taken a lot of deep shots in this game, but the Hawks making them pay the price for when they do. I haven't seen Jamal on the sidelines. I don't think he's on the sidelines, or we would maybe have seen a shot of him over there. Definitely not playing today, though. And I probably wouldn't be surprised at this point if he's probably getting shut down for the season. Great job there by Julian Love. What a great play. They'll teach those corners to kind of feel those guys in their hip. Get into the body and feel the body. You're not initiating contact with the hands. Officials aren't going to call that kind of thing, but you can kind of then just feel the body in coverage, and then you can have a chance to, as the body's right there, to look up and go find the ball. And that's great job there by Julian Love on that pick. Big play at a time in the game when you absolutely needed it here in the fourth quarter. Sanchez with a $2 donation says, INT, Pete's already thinking field goal. Well, he just wants to trust that great defense of his, Sanchez. He's just trying to trust that. He's just trying to trust that great D, man. Game-changing defense, Sanchez. Game-changing defense. You've gotten real talkative here in the stream today. A lot to say. A lot to say. Sparkle sweater, first down galore for the Eagles. Hawks just giving it away. Yeah, you've only kept them to 17 points, but I don't know if it's really told the whole tale of your defensive efficiency on the game today. It's been kind of, you've been able to kind of you look at the score and what they've actually feel like they've done offensively. It feels like they should be more like 30 points, but score's the score, and they've done enough to keep you in it. But they had some stops in the second half, or first half there in the second quarter. Well, they got Julian for a little tug there. Okay, well, maybe a little bit. If you play it in slow motion, you see that. What are you going to do? 1st and 10. The give is inside here to Walker. Walker trying to break free, find loose space. Can get himself a good 4-yard gain here. Best thing the Hawks have done in this half is run the football. Walker leading the way. I'll give him 3. 2nd and 7 here. Eagles showing some double-A gap mug pressure blitz here. Give is into Walker. Again, early penetration in the backfield. So bring up 3rd down. Seahawks just do not trust Drew Lock to throw the football right now. That much is obvious at this point. They're trying to limit him to kind of the nth degree in this football game. At one point or another, you're going to need him to make some throws to win this thing. He's sitting on 23 attempts to 23 runs. I like that we've run the ball. I like the commitment to run the football, but he's going to have to make some throws. You're not going to get this game done by just sort of running the ball to death. 3rd down and 5. Lock dropping back to throw, looking over the middle, and that'll be out of the hands of Tyler Lockett. 4th down. Interesting play sequence there from Waldron. Man, you got Drew Lock thrown into double coverage into Tyler Lockett. Do I have to take, what do we got to do to throw at DK Metcalf? If there's double coverage going to Tyler, then why not go over to DK? Why is Drew Lock refusing to look at DK Metcalf's side of the field? It doesn't make any sense in this game. He's sitting on 3 targets here. Oh, holy hell. So the punt will take the Eagles back here, where they'll take back over. You got this talented DK that can do what he does, and the team just forgets that they've got him for 3/4 of a football game constantly. And on that play, Tyler Lockett's got double coverage rolled up to him. Drew Lock decided before the play he was going to throw it over there at Tyler Lockett. He predetermined the whole play. I'm going to Tyler here, no matter what. He didn't read it. He didn't come to the line and pre-snap it. He just said, this is where this is going for sure. Otherwise, why would he have thrown into double coverage there? He certainly didn't see it open. Run, run, pass. Run, run, pass. Run, run, pass. Run, run, pass. All right, 6:35 to go in this football game. Eagles are going to try to close this one up on this drive, no doubt about it. Hawks also only have 1 timeout, which does factor into their probably play calling strategy here as they look to try to bleed this clock. Hawks bringing 5 men down near the line of scrimmage pre-snap here on 1st down. The give is inside to Gainwell. Gainwell with the carry, and he'll take it for a gain of about 2.5, 3 yards. Second down and 7. Empty look here for the Eagles. Hurts dropping back to throw. He's looking to scramble here. And he's not quite going to be able to get the 1st down, but he gets it within a yard, which means it's pretty much a 1st down for this Eagles team, isn't it? So here comes the brotherly shove. 3rd down and 1. Hurts definitely using his legs today, maybe not his arm. They showed a stat on throws of over 20 yards. It ain't happening today for him. He's not played a particularly good football game, but he's found 60 extra yards on the ground. And that's made a bit of a difference. Eagles are going to get their auto 1st down on the brotherly shove. And that clock will continue to wind now as it starts to go beneath 5 minutes to go here in this football game. First and 10 for the Eagles. Hawks can't give up too many more 1st downs with only 1 more timeout remaining on the books for them. Or we will get into victory formation mode here. Hurts, snap. The give is to Swift. Swift breaks the first tackle in the backfield. He's still on his feet and loose here. Down and does a smart job of sliding down to stay inbounds after he gains 10 yards on the play, so the clock will continue to wind. Swift, 16 carries, 71 yards, 4.4 yard per carry average today. Been efficient. Give is going to be inside to him again here. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. Hawks defenders probably starting to wear down at this point. Second down and 7. And folks, I will be bouncing over immediately after the game to the Bleacher Report. So please do feel free to join me over there. I'll be posting it up on the community post as soon as I get that link presented. So we'll get that up to you guys right after the game. Check your community post for that. We'll be heading over there just after the game and wraps up here. Second down and 7. Clock ticking down, 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Inside carry here to Swift. Great job by Leonard Williams. Great job by Leonard. Flashing in the backfield, brings him down in the backfield. Leonard Williams has played a whale of a football game. This guy has brought the impact I think the Seahawks thought that he was going to bring. The ultimate result of the defense has not necessarily been there with him, but he has done his part. Nice play. Mafe helping out, but Leonard making that play happen as he has throughout this night. Third down and 7. The game may just very well be coming down to this right here and now. Hurts in shotgun. Empty look. Seahawks single high safety over the top. Hurts rolling out. Under pressure. Still under pressure. He's going to come back through. Seahawks defenders cannot get their hands on him. He's in forever in the pocket. Finally throws it away to the ground. Incomplete. Woo! 4th and 7. Hurts had a lifetime. He lived a whole life on that play in the pocket. He got a wife. He had 3 kids. He had his first grandchild born. And then he threw the ball. Great stop there by the Seahawks defense, though, and great job on the back end to stay clear in coverage. There's not easy guys in the back end to stay with. David, thank you for the $5 donation. And we got the punt here by the Eagles. DJ, please catch it. Please catch it. Please catch it, DJ. Don't let it bounce, DJ. Okay. Hawks are going to have to go 92 yards to get the touchdown here with 1:52 to go and only one timeout. What you got, Drew? What you got? David says, if we can predict run, pass, so can every team. It's beyond ridiculous at this point. Well, thank you for all your donations tonight, David. And yes, it is ridiculous. When as fans, we can kind of predict what's coming. Somebody was speaking above on one of the other donations, David, about our prevalence of if we get into 2nd and 13, if we get into those second and truly longs, we have sort of a heavy tendency to then lean in to run the ball then in those down and distance points to the point that we as fans can predict it. And if we as fans can predict it, then certainly the opposition most definitely is able to predict it, and these things get to that, as you say, ridiculous is a good word. I think it gets to a ridiculous point when fans can make that kind of prediction in what they're seeing, and then they're right every time as they go to that. I like the Hawks want to stay with the running game and lean into what's working, but you can obviously see that this has been done not just to lean into what's working, but also to try to protect Drew Lock. And I just don't think this is a game where you can just try to put Drew Lock in a box and say, okay, just try to not lose the game and we'll get to a win here. And the way that they've called this game and some of the passes they've asked him to make seems more about trying to have him not lose the game than it is about him going out and winning it. Well, now you got yourself with a 92-yard drive, Drew, and Waldron and Carroll, and you're not going to be able to run your way through this one. You're going to have to trust his arm to get it done here and let him try to make it roll come hell or high water. But I really wish in this game they would have let him have a little bit more freedom to let it go and not just be so kind of strained, it seems like, from the QB position and their approach with him. I know he's been heavy turnover prone in his play, but your offense was going to need to do some stuff today, more than 13 points to make this game happen. And running up into the A gap all day was not going to bring you more than probably where we're at, 13 points. You're going to have to throw eventually for more than 115 yards over a football game. Givers, thank you for the $2 donation. Says brotherly love or grab ass? You tell me. Yeah, it's a frustrating play. I mean, it's definitely one that's just, it drives you nuts a little bit because you're just like, there's nothing you can do. And they run it as well as anybody. You got to give them credit for the fact that they run it so well. Other teams try to run and they don't have quite the effectiveness. I just say it's teams don't commit to the part that you speak about here, Givers, which is the grab ass part. You need the commitment of either guy on either butt cheek. Both guy on either butt cheek needs to grab and he needs to extend. Grab and extend. And what you see with a lot of the brotherly shoves is you see a lot of like, maybe I'll just try to get him at the thigh. I'll get him up under the thigh and then that'll be the push forward. Not enough. You got to get up in that butt. Got to get up in that butt. All right, so we've got the Hawks here now in the shadow of their own end zone. Drew Lock in shotgun, dropping back to throw here. Looking. Ball's tipped up into the air. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Duquan, thank you for the $5 donation. Says counter offer. Pass, run. Throw him the old changeup. I like it, man. I think it could work. And right there, Noah Fant just had a clean drop on that play. Should have caught the ball. Just a drop on his part. 2nd and 10. Lock in shotgun. Drops back. Looking. He hits DK Metcalf on another errant throw that DK Metcalf has got to pull off the bottom of the turf in order to make the catch, in which he does so. 1st down. Brilliant catch there by DK Metcalf. Drew, come on, man. Get that accuracy on point a little bit here, bro. Drew, hurry up. Drops back to throw. Maybe getting a little bit of a rhythm now. Out to Noah Fant. Makes the catch. Out of bounds. Clock will stop with 1:24 to go. Hawks still preserve their first time out, but boy, they need a touchdown here. Thank you, Duquan, for that $5 donation. I see your pass running. I raise you a pass. Lock back to throw. DK pulled down to the ground. Are they saying, yeah, they're saying he caught it? He's being pulled to the ground and he caught that ball? No way. Oh, he did. He caught it. Oh my God. He's being held and pulled to the ground and he still reeled it in. They're going to double check this. This actually works out in the Seahawks' favor here because the officials are going to double check this. But DK Metcalf, with one of the more amazing catches you'll see on the field on the season, he rips the interception away from the cornerback with one arm and then pulls the ball in to make the catch in the 1st down. Brilliant play by DK. Probably got interfered with. Ball could have been intercepted, and he ends up with the reception on his back. Wonderful. Wonderful play. Hell yeah. Let's go, DK. Let's go, DK. Chris G and family, thank you for subscribing to the channel. 1st and 10 now. Hawks have had to kind of climb their way out from the back of their own end zone here. They're at the 36-yard line, still in their own territory. Lock back to throw. Lets it rip here across the field, and another errant pass there where Lock just can't seem to. He's been a little bit off on some of his throws today on where he's trying to put the ball. He can't quite get in the right spot. If he puts that on Charbonnet is able to go run that ball for probably a 10, 15-yard gain and still get out of bounds. But he kind of puts it out in front of him too far there. Yeah, that was a Jesus. Lock back and shotgun now. 2nd and 10. Looking. Lockett with a. I don't know if Lockett dropped it or he got it. Yeah, they were able to get their hand on that a little bit there. Lock dropping back to throw there. Squeeze that ball in tight. And yeah, the defender got his hand on the ball there. Morrow's played a good game for the Eagles. 3rd down and 10. No doubt about it. You're in 2-down territory here. 56 seconds left to go in this game. Lock back and shotgun 4 wide. Pressure look by the Eagles. They fall out of it. He's going to throw it up over the top here to DK. DK with the catch and a 1st down. DK goes up top between 2 defenders and reels it in. 1st down Seahawks at the 29-yard line. DK has been a man-child on this drive. Let's go. Lock, quick snap here, 1st and 10, dropping back to throw, slings it out wide, throws it away. A little bit of miscommunication between him and Lockett on that play. 36 seconds to go now. 1 timeout remaining for the Seattle Seahawks. Kivers, thank you for the $10 donation. What a play. I got to watch this. Oh, what a play by DK. It says, just for that response, well done, sir. This is cheaper than my bar tab would be to watch us lose. Please, Hawks, make me wrong. Please make you wrong. Let's get this win today. All right. DK with his 5th catch for 78 yards in this game. 2nd down and 10. Lock dropping back. Looks over the middle. Lockett falling down. Boy, Lockett and Lock cannot get on the same page here in this half. Those guys have just been completely in different places in their approach in this game. Third down and 10. 33 seconds to go in this football game. Love to see him use his legs here if there's not a throw that he can see quickly on this. He's going to let it up top here again. Touchdown! Touchdown Seahawks! Touchdown Seahawks! Jackson Smith and Jimbo over the top. We'll make the catch. Touchdown! Let's go! Jackson Smith over the top. A beautiful throw by Mr. Drew Lock. Laced it over the top. JSN at first bobbled it, but then reeled it in. Let's make sure here. I got to see the replay. Make sure he got both feet down before we get the confirmation. Before we get that confirmation, let's see. Eagles leave their single high out of this. Lock sees he's got a one-on-one with JSN over the top. Let's see here. Brings it in. 1, 2, and there's a knee. I think it's a touchdown. And it is. The kick will go up and through. Let us go. Woo! Touchdown Seahawks, and they will take the lead, and a 3-point lead at that on the back of a magnificent drive. Magnificent drive by Drew Lock and company. He made some absolute dimes on that drive. Absolute dimes on that drive. DK going up and dabbing him up. And Jackson Smith with a hell of a catch on his fingertips. That looked like that was actually overthrown. He found a way to reel that ball in. I mean, that thing looked like it was going to be a little outside of his grip there when Drew let that go. But he got just enough under it. Got it just enough just to get out those fingertips and make the catch. Let's go, Seahawks. Drew with a big smile on his face on a day that's been a little bit of tough sledding for him. Hell of a drive, kid. Hell of a drive. Pete jacked up as he should be over there on the sideline. But there is still 28 seconds to go. And the Eagles still do have 3 of their timeouts left to go here in this game. Hawks will drill this into the end zone. Eagles will take over at the 25-yard line. Kivers, thank you for all your donations tonight. And I do hope you've got a new landing spot here rather than the bar. This is your new bar here, man. This is your new bar. Let's go. Let's go. MJ Seahawk with a $100 donation. Thank you, MJ Seahawk. And this ain't your first donation tonight. Really appreciate you on that, man. Thank you for that $100 dono drop. Very kind of you. That is awesome, brother. Awesome. All right. Hurts dropping back here in shotgun. He's looking to throw. He's going to go deep here. He tries to make the completion. 1 foot in bounds. That will be incomplete. 22 seconds to go. MJ Seahawk, you are amazing, sir. $100 donation from you. You are absolutely awesome for that. You guys are amazing in your guys' support on this channel, but I just have nothing to say when someone drops that big of a dono other than from the bottom of my heart, man. Thank you so very much. That's really kind of you. And it's very much appreciated on this channel, man. It is when you guys drop those. That Jesus, MJ Seahawks, thank you so much, brother. 2nd down and 10 here. 22 seconds left to go here with Hurts. He drops back to pass. He's flush from the pocket. He's looking deep. He's got some space to work with and move here now. He gets it up to the 45-yard line where there will be down to 12 ticks to go. The Eagles will call a timeout. They do get the first down. The clock is a factor here now. They need to get about probably 20 yards here to get within field goal range and down in distance. The Phoenix Down, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, Drew Lock, I'm sorry for talking shit. Well, he brought it back around, man. He's had a rough day today. There's been some dicey throws on his part. He hasn't made the bad decisions. He didn't make the bad throws. He didn't, throw something in just a dumb player. You're like, where were you throwing that? So some slightly errant balls. They've been kind of protecting him. They let the leash off, though, on that final drive. 1st and 10 here, 13 seconds to go. Hurts from the 45-yard line in Eagles territory, dropping back to pass. He's looking deep. He's going to take a deep shot down the football field. That ball's going to be picked. That ball's going to be picked and intercepted by Julian Love. His 2nd interception of the game. And the Seahawks are going to come away with the victory. Julian Love closing late as the single high safety, just throwing it up for A.J. Brown on a prayer, probably hoping that you can get a pass interference call. Here comes Julian Love in front of the play. I don't know if he got his feet down for sure. Let's see. We got to see that part. Let's see that part one more time. Boom. Ooh, did he only get 1 foot down? No, 1. Looks like 1, 2. I see a 1-2 myself. That looks good. Barry Satoro, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, great catch by JSN. I'll give credit where credit's due. Nice throw by Locke. That's a great throw by Locke there in that situation. I think he gets the back foot down, does Julian Love. Thank you for your donation, Barry. That was a great play by both guys. I think Drew Lock does a great job on that play to make sure he gives his guy a chance to run underneath it. Don't throw it away out there to the sideline. Don't put it too far out in front of him. Give him a chance to run underneath it. Give him that opportunity there to get that done. And that's what he did in that scenario. And then from JSN's standpoint, run under it. Give yourself a chance. Run hard all the way through the route. And give yourself, don't kind of stride up, put the pedal all the way down. And that's what he did on that. So great play by both. Locke made a couple of great play throws there with the DK throw. And he was on it there on that drive on a few of those throws. They're absolutely money throws. They are reviewing this play of Julian Love right now. I'm going to know on this play right here. Where are we at? Back foot hit. Back foot hits. The back toes scrape. And then the front foot gets down. It looks like it's an interception. Your Seattle Seahawks are going to win this football game. MJ Seahawk, thank you again, man. I'm going to give you a shout out too when we do the post-game discussion another hour from now. But thank you for the $100 drop on your part. Amazing support on you to the channel. Amazing of all you guys. So many donations dropped in here today from you guys. Really, really appreciate it all. You guys are unbelievable in that respect of things. Megan, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, so I assume we're still getting rid of Pete and DK 12s? Well, we'll have to see on where the Pete talk will be on this one at the end of the game on this one, Megan, but it's a step in the right direction, right? Step in the right direction for sure. And the ruling on the field is an interception. The call will stand. Your Seattle Seahawks are going to win this football game, surprising this Eagles team in an upset that they pulled off. Julian Love with his 2nd interception. Let's go. Random the Cut, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, and Love seals it with the game-winning pick. What a game by Julian Love. 2 legitimate interceptions of that. These aren't tip balls. This is him running to go make a play. And that's just what he did. Just what he did. Duquan Quack, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, MVP, Trey Brown's knee. Oh, man. Wu-Tang Financial, thank you for the $10 donation. Says, the Love Doctor is in. Amazing drive from DK, Locke, and JSN. Powerful 4th quarter. Well said on your part, Wu-Tang. Beautifully said, beautifully put on your part, and I would agree with you there. Wonderful, wonderful final drive by those trio of gentlemen. DK Metcalf showing you what he can bring to this game. We just got to keep leaning on him a little bit more. Givers, thank you for the $5 donation. Says to Megan, why would we get rid of Pete? Why would we get rid of DK? Pete, absolutely. DK has dropped like 3 or 4 passes on the season. He's underutilized. I think Kivers, Megan's just referencing in regards to the fact that we do have a lot of Hawk fan contingent that will come into my chat that often will speak about trading DK. It's something that gets mentioned in my chat way too often for my own liking, but it is something that gets mentioned quite a bit. So she's kind of referencing that a little bit, and that's something that we oftentimes at points will have to deal with. Folks, I'm going to be bouncing over right now over to the Bleacher Report here to wrap this on up. So we're going to do a 30-minute show over on the Bleacher Report, a quick breakdown over there. I'll be sending the link through my community post over there. So go on over to that app, download that app if you haven't already. I'll give you a link to that right as we wrap up here, and then we will be back here to celebrate this tremendous Seahawks victory. A win here for the first time in 5 weeks feels really, really good. And what a hell of a game it was at that. What a hell of a finish it was at that. Paul Third, thank you for finishing us off right. Says, hell yeah, Hawks. They can push each other's tushes on that long flight back to Philly. Open the maker's mark. Hey, pop those bottles. Pop those bottles, mix those drinks, pour a little bit for the homies. And your Seahawks are still in it. We are still in this season. We are not done yet. As I like to say, we are not dead yet. Thank you, Paul, for that donation. Thank you to all of you guys for all your donations today. I will be back in 45 minutes on this channel with a post-game discussion. Until that time, I'm heading over to the Bleacher Report for a quick half-hour show. But until that time, I shouldn't have to remind you after a great win like this, but I'm going to do so nonetheless. Don't you ever forget, my God, don't you ever forget. Go Hawks.